From the mountains of central British Columbia to you listening around the world, this, my friends, is Spaced Out Radio. I'm your host, Dave Scott, sitting in the captain's chair of SOR headquarters. We welcome you to tonight's show on our terrestrial affiliates across North America and digitally on TalkStream Live and Revolution Radio. Now, if you want to take a listen to our archives, they are free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Just do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. Our Twitter handle, @Spaced Out Radio for the show, and my personal handle is @DaveScottSOR. Make sure you give us a follow. Our website is spacedoutradio.com, where we have a plethora of features for you, including rocking out to Bumblefoot and reading up on Captain Shirk's SOR, Newswire, and much more. Tonight's show is brought to you by Chive Charities. Help make the world 10% happier by visiting Chive Charities today. You can find them on our website. It's another trip around the sun for old Davy Boy here and one of his best friends in this entire field, Ian Holt. As May 24th, we will celebrate a great, great day. So we're holding this impromptu party, as we do every year for the fourth year in a row. We are allowing ourselves to kick back, relax, and guess what? We're going to do something that we don't normally do on this show. We're going to take callers. Yes, we are taking callers tonight. Now, it's not that I have an affliction against taking callers. It's that I have an affliction against taking callers. I'll let you figure out which side I'm on that. But, Ian, happy birthday to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you coming on here for the fourth year in a row. And out of the 3 and out of the 4 years, I'm not trying to kill myself by eating extremely hot potato chips. Absolutely. Now, we've been joined here by little Richie G from Goof On Radio, because Richie's one of the best friends that this show has in this field and one of the best dudes out there. And I just like, Richie G, you got to come join us. You got to come join us. And so he's like, maybe if I find some time and, powder my nose, wash my hair, shake out the gout a little bit and, maybe. But he made it. He made it. And it's good to have you here, Richie G. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to have all of you guys here. And I got to say this. This show is really dedicated to the fans. It really is. Everything we do on a nightly basis with Spaced Out Radio is really about the fans. It's really about trying to, bring a message across that will allow all of us to get together, hang out, and talk about some really weird and interesting topics, whether it's from the horror and paranormal genre that Ian is in to the UFO genre. And, we're blessed, man. We are blessed to have people and good people coming on in on a nightly basis who we've been all able to bond with as a guest. I mean, I look at Rich, I look at Ian, I look at people like William Pullen, Chris Cogswell, and a number of others, Varla Ventura. I think she's going to stop by in about an hour. And, it's just amazing. It's amazing to be able to celebrate. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the topics over to all of you tonight. If you're in one of our chat rooms and you want to hear us talk about something, you ask the questions. You guys out there in our chat rooms and in Radio Land, you are going to dictate tonight's show. And I do believe, if you haven't heard already, that we are going to get a nice phone call from Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal. That's if he's not working too late in his studio, because the man is always working. I think he sleeps about 17 minutes a night, literally, because he's always working on some sort of music or some sort of production. So we're going to see how that goes later on in the show. Ian, what's some of your birthday traditions here?
On the show or just in general?
In general.
Usually it's a lot of good food and a big giant cake and spending time with my friends and family and my girlfriend and everyone. So it's a shout out to Pam and my cousins Ellen and Davion and Paul and we just have a big party. And this year, there'll be a little social distancing, but we'll still have a big party.
Well, that's good. That's good. Are you still a cake guy? Do you still need to have a cake? I'm an ice cream cake guy, man. I need my ice cream cake for my birthday.
I'm a cannoli cake guy. Got to have a cannoli cake. But I think this year we're doing key lime pie cake.
Oh, I got you. I've never had a cannoli.
You never had a cannoli?
I've never had a cannoli. I've seen them.
Oh, my
They look
God.
good.
Oh, it's the greatest thing ever invented.
Sad
Rich,
for
how
you.
many... Yeah, I know. You should. You're Italian as well, and your mother probably made really good cannolis, homemade, from scratch. Probably
No.
had a nice... No?
No, we get them up the street at the bakery. That's what we do in New York. Get them at the bakery.
We got best cannolis in New York is Ferraris in Little Italy.
That's probably true.
Oh, man.
What were you going to ask me?
Well, I was just going to say, what's it like having some cannolis there? Because old
They're
Davey up here
unbelievable.
stuck in the west coast of Canada, I don't even think a Canadian knows, outside of Montreal, knows what a cannoli is.
It's like the rapture, being with the most beautiful woman in the world, and your best friend all at once. It's just...
So kind of
That's
like a Tim Hortons ice cap.
Yeah, it's like, you remember that old commercial, Calgon, Take Me Away? That's a cannoli.
Rich, I'm going to need a ruling on this.
I'm checking with my history. I would have to agree with that, and that what he said, it's perfect, because when they make the cannoli, they use this little pouch with the little, and they squeeze the pouch, and it comes out the tube, and then they put it through one end, then they turn it around, and they fill it up on the other end. So it's a perfect thing, perfect way to describe a cannoli.
Now, this is something too that my girlfriend got for me. It's like a bowl of the cannoli cream, and then the shells, break them up, and you dip them in the cream, and you eat them like salsa and chips.
Oh my God!
It's the greatest thing of all time.
Oh. Well, tonight was my father's birthday. Okay.
Oh,
Tonight was my
birthday.
dad's birthday. And I'm trying to, he knows he's supposed to be down here by now because I wanted to introduce dear old dad to all of you. And Dave Sr., good old Dave Sr., he has a power mustache, eh? Like, incredible lip blade. I've never seen him without the lip blade in my life.
Wow.
And, yeah, I mean, that lip blade is older than I am.
Wow.
And it's impressive. It's impressive. He's never nicked it. He's never accidentally shaved it off like I did with my beard. Okay? Nothing.
He's a real man.
Real man.
We're not men. We're not men.
No, absolutely not. And anyways, I'm trying to get him down here so that way we could wish him a happy birthday as well because, he's kind of cool that way. Never had an experience in his life. It's kind of boring. He does not. I'm going to hit him up if I think my dad actually does eat breakfast for dinner too. As sickening as that is, I think he does. Ian, what's your thoughts there on eating breakfast for dinner?
Oh, I'm a big breakfast for dinner fan.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you probably cheer for the Mets too.
Ham, eggs, and mozzarella with some grits, and I am good.
I'm telling you, you probably cheer for the Mets as well for eating breakfast for dinner. That's all I could say.
No, I haven't cheered for the Mets. I'm not a masochist.
Oh, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. But you know what, gentlemen? Let's get to some audience questions here. Yeah, what do you want to say there, Ian?
I said I'm from the Bronx. My family's from the Bronx, New York, Yankees born and bred.
God bless the Yankees.
Dave,
God.
about
Yes.
the cannoli, just so you can
Yes.
get an idea of what it's like, have you ever had cookie dough raw?
Yeah. Yes.
It's almost like that, but creamy.
Oh.
Capiche?
I think I just gained 7 pounds thinking of that.
That's exactly what it's like.
God bless him. God bless him. All right.
You can
Little
be
Mark.
a bite of a cannoli. Everyone takes a bite. The conversation all stops, and it's dead quiet as everyone just has a moment of heavenly joy.
That's true. 100%.
All right, let's get to some audience questions here. Little Marky Spender, who just pigged out at Chinese food at my place and ate some cake, some birthday cake, says, what is with that hair? You already know. You are jealous because, you're losing yours. You're losing yours. I mean, you're going to say, Mark, you're the type of guy right now, buddy, and I mean this with all due respect, you're going to have to start combing your back hair upward to cover up the bald spots. That's where it is, man. That's where it is. Hey, can't make this up, but I love the guy. I mean, this is my friend, okay? Every time we go into the forest, he goes, because he's the armed guy. He's our security out there when we're out looking for Bigfoot. And every time we walk into the forest, the first thing he says is, remember, if a grizzly bear charges, I'm shooting you in the leg. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark. All right. Rich, you could probably take this question from Jason, who is asking, what do you think happened in Brazil with that UFO?
Oh, if it was a UFO, I know people saw lights. Okay, there was something, but no crash happened. So whatever that 15-second video was where the person went through the barricade and videotaped something in the distance, to me it looked like a button or something, like a button on a coat. It looked like they placed it close and gave the illusion it was big, because there's no follow-up story to it yet. Nothing else is coming out of the area. Yeah, supposedly video cameras were taken and the evidence was whisked away, but I don't see that. There's no follow-up. So to me, there was lights in the sky, but I don't know what they were, to be honest. Nobody knows.
Oh. Ian, did you hear that story about the weird lights over Brazil again?
Yes, I did, and like everything else, you see these lights, and what the hell are they? I mean, we have documented this over and over. Now the U.S. government has confirmed that there are lights and things flying in the sky, so we can definitely say they're UFOs. I think that's what we can say. They're unidentified. I think that's the fairest thing to say, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking that if I could say anything about this, I think there's not enough evidence, and to me, it looks like lanterns. Looks like lanterns.
Oh, you're talking about that one video? Yeah, that looks like lanterns. Exactly.
Totally looks like lanterns. It's dots. Rich always talks about it being dots.
Yeah, dotology
Absolutely.
is the new term.
I like that term.
And they're not a ball lightning, I'll tell you that.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I think there's something, but then again, in Brazil, let's be honest, before we, put our skeptical hats away, and we got to bring out some tinfoil here. Got to bring out some tinfoil. But the whole point is, I really do believe that Brazil has had some weird cases over the years, man. There's always some sort of UFO incident happening there. It's very, very weird and strange how they get all the good stuff.
People got attacked. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's the land they're on. I think, there's definitely the lights over the Mayan pyramids that we see. And I think that land was occupied by the different tribes going way back. I mean, Mayans, Aztecs, whatever, right? And I think they have a long history of it. And I think that's why you get more stuff there.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Hold on. We got a call coming in here. I have a feeling I know who this is. This is our resident legend, Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal, calling on in. Where did he go? Where did he go? I'm going to give him a call because for some reason that just did not work. That did not work. He's going to call in, though. He's trying to call in. All right. For some reason that did not work. Let us go like this and try and dial him in. Oh, let's try this again. Did we get him that time? For some reason, it's not adding. Oh, and my father just showed up. My father. Hey, well, don't be coughing on the air. Dad, come on. Hold on. I got to try and figure this out because I know Mr. B is trying to call in here. My father just walked in. We got Ian Holt. We got Rich Giordano here. And here, let's just try this. We're going to add him in. I know he's trying to get in here. Hold on. I better not say his number out loud. I hope this works because we are trying to...
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Let's go like this.
7-3.
Oh, don't want that. All right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Try that again. Let's try this again. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Got to love the technical difficulties of trying to pick up a phone call through Skype. You know, we have to love this. I think this is the man, the myth, and the legend all rolled into one. Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday, right?
In 2 days. But today is actually my father's birthday. And he's hanging out here as well.
Happy birthday to your dad. Happy birthday to your dad.
Mr. B, I got to tell you, man.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, man. You are absolutely phenomenal, and we sound so good because of you. It's all because of you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
I have so many of our listeners.
Thank you for using my music.
Oh, I have so many of our listeners who come up and say, dude, how did you get that song? Who wrote that song? Because they may not be familiar. And then when we tell them, all of a sudden, like a day or two later, they're like, holy crap, I am downloading all of this music now. And now they're buying hot sauce. They're buying the hot sauce.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm going to have a good announcement by the end of the month for people in Canada that want to get the hot sauce. I can't say it yet, but it'll be more easily available in Canada.
Right on. That'll be very, very thrilling. Now, but the problem is we need a tour. We need a tour. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, there's this whole virus thing, kind of in the way. Yeah, I don't know when the doors are going to reopen to the planet. I mean, it's happening little by little. But so here's the issue with that is you have all the touring that was going to happen in 2020, and you have all the touring that was going to happen in 2021, and now it's all being crammed into 2021, which means that half the people that wanted to tour, all the venues are booked up, the ones that survived, and everyone already pre-booked everything. So half of the bands out there, they already have all of next year booked up, and it's going to be just like people just lunging at anything they can get as far as booking shows. And then the same thing is going to happen the following year. Like, it's going to take a while for this to even out. So touring is going to be, there's going to be a whole lot of shows, but there's also going to be so many bands that want to get out and play, but all the venues are booked.
I bet. That's horrible.
So it's going to be a strange time for booking.
I got to ask you, the last time we had you on the air, it was Halloween of 2018, and you told a freaky story about how you guys were playing on the air, on stage, and there was like a ghost or something on the air or on stage with you, messing with your gear.
All kinds of weird stuff was happening. It was when we played the ancient Roman amphitheater in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, and all kinds of strange stuff was happening.
By the way, I watched part of that today with Comfortably Numb. You did absolutely awesome.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. Well, now here's a question for you. All
Yes.
the declassified UFO stuff that just came out.
Yes.
Tell me about it. What's your take on it? What's your everything?
I think it's real. I think the government is really much pushing forward with some sort of tease for us, but I think there are those in government who don't want it to go through, because there's a lot of technology, which means a lot of money for the military-industrial complex that could eventually come out, and there's a lot of secrets they don't want us to know. I mean, as I always say, for people who've had experience with aliens, it's always aliens, and for those who haven't, it's never aliens.
Yeah, I have a different take. I think all the kids that are like our age that grew up with In Search Of and all the Ancient Alien shows and all of this, they are now the guys in charge. And I think that they want to know as much as we do. And I think that's why this stuff is coming out. It's just like when John Carpenter's The Thing came out, everyone said it was horrible, all the reviewers, right? But our generation loved it. Now it's considered a classic because now we're in charge. Yeah. So I think it has a lot to do. I think there's people out there that grew up with this and believe it or want to know the truth.
Hey, Mr. Thal, I'd like to
disprove it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd like my friend Rich Giordano. He's a real UFO guy. As we got just about a minute here before we go to break. I'd love him to break this down because he has an interesting take on this.
Great.
And what part of that, Dave, real quick?
Well, just in regards to the videos, Mr. B wants to know what you think about the UFO videos.
Oh, the 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have no idea, to be honest with you. I think now my mind has changed that it might be, Dave, some sort of hologram experiment, because now that NASA is doing some research with 3D in the air, what do you call it? Technology, 3D technology, holograms. It might have been a hologram. Now we're hearing stories that 40-foot Tic Tac could have been the size of a briefcase. Very strange times that we're living in. I'm not sure what they were. I think something's wrong with them. Something's wrong.
But if a hologram.
Ian, hold that thought. Hold that thought because we're going to go to break here at the bottom of the hour. It's the birthday show right here on Spaced Out Radio. We got Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal joining us with Little Richie G and Ian Holt as he's celebrating his birthday with us. We'll continue right after this. And Mr. B, if you got to leave, I totally understand. But if you want to hang out, you're more than welcome because we kind of like you around here as we play your music in the background right now.
Hey, space travelers, this is John Resig, founder of the Chive and Chive Charities. If you know anything about our website, you know we like to do things a little differently. We're not some faceless organization collecting money for a nebulous cause. Our donor dollars go directly toward life-improving items. Then we give those items directly to an underdog who needs it most. To become a donor with Spaced Out Radio's official charity, Chive Charities, just go to chivecharities.org/donate.
From the heartlands of Canada to beards around the world, we know how to take care of you. Fill your follicles with the Mighty Moose Beard Oil. All our oils and balms are handmade and 100% natural ingredients because we care about your beard. And hey, use the promo code SOR2019 and get your Mighty Moose Beard Oil today. You can check us out on our website, mightymoosebeard.com.
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
we're adding to the entertainment online for Spaced Out Radio. I'm Amber Beckrud, and I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out Cryptid Tales, where I will take you on a journey into some of the strangest legends and lore from around the world, relaying the stories to you of the strange creatures and experiences that people have had throughout time. You can find Cryptid Tales at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. And while you're there, don't forget to check out our free archives and leave a comment. See you there.
Hey everybody, the SOR Space Travelers is open. For just $5 a month, you can hang out with Dave and our crew privately in our members-only section. With your signing, you'll receive newsletters on what's going on with Spaced Out Radio. You'll have direct contact with the host during the show in our chat, live streaming videos, and a great forum for your posts and more. Become a space traveler now at spacedoutradio.com.
You wanted new SOR gear, and now you can have it. The SOR Vault is fully stocked with t-shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, and everything in between, with great logos for you to choose from. So head on over to spacedoutradio.com, click on the SOR Vault, and go shopping. Pricing is quite affordable, and you can look good representing your favorite show. So go to our website and pick up your new SOR wear at the SOR Vault today.
If you like it hot, real hot, then heat up your meals with Bumblefoot hot sauce.
Get your Bumblefoot hot sauce today. The sauce, Bumblicious, and the 4 million Scoville unit Bumble. We're going in hot, real hot, coming out even hotter.
Keep the milk nearby and tantalize your taste buds tonight.
Bumblefoot hot sauce, available now at kajans.com.
Cold drinks, great food, and the best music in Vancouver. The Moose Vancouver is the place to be, open until 2 a.m. nightly. Everything on the menu starts at just $6.95. Who serves food that cheap anymore? At the Moose, you'll never know who you'll run into. Rock stars, actors, athletes. It's the place everyone wants to be. So join us at the Moose Vancouver, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Hello, Space Travelers. It's me again, Carl. Don't forget to join the Space Travelers Club for just $5 a month and follow Spaced Out Radio on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio. Our Instagram, Dave Scott SOR. Our Facebook page is Spaced Out Radio Show. Our archives are free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Come woo it up with Spaced Out Radio today. Bye!
Are you looking for great advertising value for your company? Look no further than Spaced Out Radio. We have a multitude of places to get your name out there, including commercial ads during the show, special promotions, and banners on our website. Our audience is proven to support the companies that support our show. We can make your budget work for you. So for more information, please contact us at sales@spacedoutradio.com.
At spacedoutradio.com, we are keeping you up to date on all the news with the SOR Newswire. Captain Shirk leads the team that is bringing you the news of the day and exclusive stories on everything paranormal and supernatural. It's free to read, it's updated daily, and it's right there for you. The SOR Newswire is a one-stop shop for the news of the day. Check it out at spacedoutradio.com today.
Need that weekend supernatural fix? Look no further than Spaced Out Saturday right here at spacedoutradio.com. I'm Stacey Edwards.
And I'm John Edwards. Each Saturday night, Stacey and I are going to bring you the best in paranormal, cryptids, UFOs, you name it, and we're going there.
It's all about the experience and to share the knowledge with all of you.
So tune us in every Saturday night on Spaced Out Saturdays, starting at 9:06 p.m. Pacific, 12:06 a.m. Eastern, only at spacedoutradio.com.
We're taking Sunday nights out of this world on Spaced Out Radio. This is Michael W. Hall, also known as the Paranormal Lawyer. Together, we're going to go on an exciting journey into the unknown. I'm going to bring you some of the best interviews in the paranormal and supernatural to start your new week off on a freaky note. So tune in to Spaced Out Sundays with me, Michael W. Hall, only on spacedoutradio.com.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Spaced Out Radio tonight. I am your host, Dave Scott, sitting in the captain's chair of SOR headquarters. We welcome you to tonight's show. Now, if you have missed portions of this show or others, you can check out our free archives at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. Our website is spacedoutradio.com, where we have a plethora of features for you, including rocking out to Bumblefoot and reading up on Captain Shirk's SOR Newswire. Our Twitter handle, at Spaced Out Radio. Give it a follow, along with my personal handle, at Dave Scott SOR. It's the birthday show. I got my dad in here right now because it's actually his birthday. Mine's in a couple of days. Same with Ian Holt. And we got little Richie G here from Goof on Radio. And one of the greatest guitarists listed in the world right now, Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal. They're all joining us. We're talking music. We're talking hauntings. It's true, though. The magazines even said, you can't, I know you blush, I know you hate the compliments, because every time I say something, you kind of go, well, whatever. It's true. Number 8. You're number 8 in the world.
That's unbelievable.
No. Don't believe anything you read.
Sure. He's number 1 in our hearts, though.
You're too kind. I've been doing a lot of extra reading, even more than usual. Usually I wake up in the morning and read all kinds of things about everything. But I've been going deep. I've been going super deep, down to the point of where I'm having trouble sleeping because I wake up in the middle of the night with some epiphany that I can't remember by the morning about something cosmic. For example, neutrinos. You know what neutrinos are?
Yes. A little bit,
breakfast cereal from Kellogg's. Yeah, it's like this peanut-flavored breakfast cereal. It's sort of like Captain Crunch without the berries, and really good neutrinos. Well, there's like positive and negative neutrino. There's like an anti-neutrino. There's all different types of neutrinos, and there's one that they think exists called a sterile neutrino, and it dawned on me that perhaps neutrino is sort of trying to find it would be like trying to find the 0 point of a wave, like a sound wave. Its amplitude, it goes up, and then it crosses a 0 point and goes down, and then a 0 point and it goes up, and 0 point and goes down. So is it possible that the reason that we can't find these things is because that is what exists at that 0 point? So it's trying to hear a sound with no volume and trying to locate and find that sound. Like, how do you locate a sound that has no volume? Where it does have volume, it's just the 0 point of a wave. So it's trying to find zero in a way. How do you find it?
I have no idea.
I guess you have to trace the motions of things and everything around it, and when it suddenly has an absence, within that absence, we can theorize that it must be there. Now, can we apply that to all things in nature and the universe? Because really, every single thing that we are is a piece of the universe. We are the same cosmic dust. We drink the same water that ancient Greeks drank. The energy, the particles don't go away. They don't change. They're always there.
New matter
and
created in the universe cycle.
Yeah, they just reconfigure. They reconfigure. So we are the reconfiguration of past things. So now, does that mean that if there are other life forms, then could we be a piece of them as well? Or does it go deeper than that, where there could be all this dark energy and dark matter and all of this stuff out there, And are they made more of that? Like, take a black hole, for example. Is it actually a black hole, or is it a dark energy star? Here, there's this is what wakes me up at night.
Well, that's what a dark energy star is. It's a black hole. Pretty much.
I mean, dark matter could be the alternate universes we cannot see. So, when you talk about different realms, I mean, if all matter and energy is recycled, and you take the idea that there is a soul and there's an Akashic record, then that energy gets recycled into a different realm, our souls. So you could say, when you see dark matter, that could be heaven. That's one realm. And then you can have hell as another realm. So, I mean, what we consider in our religious texts as heaven and hell could be different dimensions or realms within the universe. And all energy we move from one recycled in or reconfigured into the next realm. And that's why we can never see dark matter or dark energy.
So is it one or the other, or is everything both? Because if the universe is made of both, then we are made of both, and everything must be both. Maybe not must be, but could be. And I mean, considering the space itself just in between our atoms, which there's more of that than there is actual particles. So what is that stuff? And if you think of it that way, then perhaps, man, I should do drugs.
You totally should.
I should really start doing drugs. I should start.
I would be stoned with you after that conversation.
I think my dad listening. I think my dad listening in would even get stoned with us for this.
Nice. I've never gotten stoned, at least not by choice or
either.
Recreationally. Yeah. But I bet it's fun. Anyway, all right, we're off track here. So,
especially the pink. You go to some scary places.
So now, if we're going to talk about aliens and stuff, if they are made of the same cosmic gunk that we are, we can't prove or disprove. So we have to accept the possibility that it can be, or maybe not. So
well, I think everything science. I mean, up until 5 years ago, the thought of being able to contain data in an electromagnetic field was a fantasy. Now they've done it. So, I mean, in that sense, if you can take energy, electromagnetic field, and store data, then that's almost proof of a soul. That we are it's not just in our cells or in our neurons, but it's in the energy in our aura, in our body, and everything. So science usually catches up eventually in some way.
True. I got to ask you this: out of all the places that you have been on tour, you've flown hundreds of thousands of miles around the world, and you have literally been on the bus touring around. Have you ever seen strange lights up in the sky and wondering what the hell is this?
Not that I remember. Nothing in the sky. Seen a lot of strange lights. No, I haven't. I have not. I've experienced a lot of things in this world, but not that. But that doesn't mean it's certainly possible. Again, I can't prove it or disprove it.
Wow, you're sounding like a real skeptic here. Real skeptic.
No, actually, the opposite. I'm completely open to every possibility that it's true or that it exists or it doesn't. Like, I can't prove or disprove either one, so I have to accept the possibility of everything.
Yet when you were playing in Plovdiv, which my friend Bart here actually had an incident in Plovdiv as well while he was performing or helping out behind the scenes of a tour a number of years ago at the same area. And you're getting your guitar untuned and everybody else's instruments are getting around or getting messed up. Had that happened ever before while you've been on hundreds of stages around the world?
Never happened before. And this one show, right as I'm about to start playing, suddenly one of my strings goes out of tune, and there's a lock on the tuning system where it won't go out of tune, and it went out of tune. And then at one point, it was like the guitar pick went flying out of my fingers as if someone like yanked it out of my fingers, and it just disappeared. It was nowhere to be found. And all the other picks were gone, which I think just local people stole them all. But they were all gone. So I didn't have a pick. And just by chance, I happened to have an extra one in my jacket pocket, inside pocket. I reached in there and grabbed one. So that happened. And then at one point, I'm like, kind of, legs are stretched wide, and I'm playing, and suddenly, boom, I fall forward, and it felt like I was pushed. And there was no one near me, and that has never happened before. I've not fallen on stage. And that happened. And then, like, a few songs later, the lights come on, and the pick is right in front, like, centered exactly in front of my mic stand on the floor, facing me. It's like, what the fuck? All right. So that, and then right as I was about to I was going to be taking the solo for Comfortably Numb, and suddenly my like pedal with all the sounds in it and everything that I needed just locks up, and the buttons, I'm hitting them and they're not doing anything. I had to shut it off and turn it back on, and I got the power back about maybe 5 seconds before I had to start that solo.
Wow. Now, can we, I've been watching a lot of that on YouTube. Can we see any of this happen on camera? Did they catch it on camera?
I don't think so. They had so many cameras everywhere and just edited all different scenes and everything. So I don't think any of that ended up on there.
Wow. Was anybody else?
But, yeah,
was anybody else in the band having anything happen to them as well?
Well, I know Derek, our keyboardist, said that his sunglasses came off, and they just went straight down into like a little crack in the stage. It would be like dropping a quarter from 6 feet up and it landing exactly like in this little space, and his glasses just disappeared into the crack.
Well, they say stages. Stages are the most haunted places because there's so much emotion portrayed on them. And, especially coming from the theater and film, old sound stages, old theaters, they have the most energies on them, around them, surrounding them, because of the excitement of the.
Yep, and this one goes back a few thousand years. Good 2,000 years or so.
Yes.
So yeah,
my friend Bart says that Plovdiv is a very evil place.
Well, can you imagine someone from 2,000 years ago hearing you plug in your guitar and hearing that music? He probably thinks like the world is ending or something because of how loud it is. He probably scared him, and he was like, "Stop!"
No kidding.
Some old Roman.
No kidding. I got to tell you, I could just imagine what it's like. I mean, you got thousands of people that sitting there listening to you play, and then all of a sudden your guitar goes all wacky, and you have no control over it, and you're like, it's the ghost. I swear it's not my talent. It's the ghost.
You know what? There are stage ghosts everywhere, I think. There's all kinds of crazy things that happen. Yeah. Yeah, stages can be pretty dangerous. I've seen people fall off them. I've seen some bad injuries. Yeah, a few times.
What's the biggest paranormal story you've heard from around your friends in the music industry? I mean, people talk.
Oh, damn, I don't know. I'm thinking. I know there's something. I know these conversations have happened at some point. I don't know. I used to definitely have my own when I was a lot younger.
Well, the greatest ghost, Marlena Dietrich. She was getting older, and she made some comment about her having the best dancing legs of any star. And she went out and danced, and she says that, the story is she fell off the stage. She says she was pushed, and she broke her leg.
There you
She
go.
was arrogant so that was her story.
Wow. Richie, you're awfully quiet over there.
Oh, I'm just listening. But, a stage, mistakes are going to happen. People are performing and it can get slippery, or, they may step on a cord, get tangled up. They don't realize it. There could be a lot of explanations, but I don't know. I wish I could have those experiences on stage. I guess we do, Dave. Don't we, you and I, have some similar experiences? I've had my dog bump his nose on my leg, but he's dead, so it's like, how did that happen?
Oh, yes. Aliens showing up at the window, ghosts turning your microphone on and off. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Now, Richie, you're coming back on the show on June 18th. And you should tease Ron here, because he's a big fan of the Ouija board.
Oh.
When I was really young, yeah.
Well, yeah. You want me to just give it's hard to be brief, but I will try. 2 years ago, the week of just before Father's Day, well, I tried making contact with the devil a year before with the Ouija board. I wanted to sell my soul to the devil. I wound up doing 25 Ouija board sessions, trying to every way possible, yelling, cursing, screaming, 5 to 20 minute sessions, and never captured anything. So I called him out, you're a jerk, I mean, I had the, 2 cameras going, 2 audio recorders trying to catch stuff, just nothing ever happened. Very little. I had a pig snort, heard dishes rattle when I played the the recordings back, but nothing moved. I could never get the planchette to move. So I was calling him out. But one big mistake, and I didn't know you had to do this, because here I am thinking, what's a Ouija board? I forgot to say goodbye and close every session. So I had opened up 120-something portals. And, I had an experience because I was denouncing the devil. I said, you don't do crap for me. I'd found a necklace, and it was one I got when I was 13. It has a cross with Jesus on it. My mother gave it to me when I was 13. I thought I had lost it until just now, 2 years ago. I put it around my neck, and it was, I'm a little bigger than I was, so it hangs up around the throat area. And the day I put that on was Tuesday, and from Tuesday night through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I went to an emergency center. I was throwing up, getting weak, and when I went to the hospital, and just trying to jump forward here for you, they took x-rays of me, and the doctors, my parents were there because it was Father's Day on Sunday. He goes, do you practice any sword swallowing like magicians and that? And I go, no. And he goes, come on. And I said, why? And he goes, you see all this dark area on the x-ray? He goes, your entire esophagus is bruised from top to bottom. And that just can't happen from eating a taco, So because that's what I thought happened. I had Taco Bell Tuesday, and I thought maybe the chip got stuck. But he said my esophagus was bruised as if I was sword swallowing or being physically choked. I had lost my voice, but I was able to talk enough that I went on somebody's show, and he said, you had a spiritual attack. When you put the necklace around your neck, and you denounced the devil, and you put the cross of Jesus around, what do you think happened to you? They attacked your throat. You work for a living by using your throat. You do your show for, you use your throat. You need to talk. Well, anyway, that happened 2 years ago. A year to the day, my dog died on Father's Day. And this year, just recently, I had a similar attack. And it was just a month ago. So anyway, it's still happening. That's the gist of it for now.
It's a good story. It's a good story.
I know. I told you I don't know where to stop that story because I can just keep going.
I hear you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I when I was a kid, thanks to Jason Horst from Ghost Hunters, he went through. I was having experiences for years, and Jason helped me figure out that I had opened a portal and didn't say goodbye when I used the Ouija board. And he told me I got to go back and say goodbye, or these things are going to keep happening. So I think you got 25 goodbyes to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Gentlemen, I'm going to get you to hold on. We're going to hop out for a break here in about a minute. Mr. B, do you have to get going?
Yeah.
Hey, I
appreciate
appreciate
that.
that.
I got another day in the studio tomorrow. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, it's great chatting with you all, and happy birthday to Dad and to you in a couple of days and everybody. Yeah.
Hey, one quick question from Bart in our chat room for you. Are you ever going to change your name to Bumble Squatch?
Wasn't planning to, but never know.
Never know.
Why not?
Mr. B.
Yes.
Hey, once again, I want to say
starting right now.
I want to say a big thank you to you, heartfelt, from me, everybody involved with Spaced Out Radio, and each and every one of our listeners for allowing us to get to listen to your beautiful music each and every night here. We couldn't be as good as we are without you and your incredible talent. And thank you so much for being a part of this show and being who you are, because you're one of the real class individuals out there. And, even though you're only a couple years older than me, I look at you as a real idol and a real hero.
Oh, man. Well, thank you so much. And a big thank you to all the listeners, because they're the ones that keep it all going.
All right.
So,
little Ron Bumblefoot Thal taking us out. Into the break here, hour number 2 of Spaced Out Radio coming up after this.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Hey everyone, I'm John Edwards.
And I'm Stacey Edwards. Together we're taking over Saturday nights on Spaced Out Radio, where we're going to bring our own experiences of the paranormal and talk to the best people we can find to help bring you answers to your strange tales.
We're here to entertain your need for weekend woo! So tune us in at spacedoutradio.com starting at 9:06 Pacific, 12:06 a.m. Eastern, where we can all get a little spooky together.
Spaced Out Saturday nights right here at spacedoutradio.com.
I'm feeling a little spicy tonight. What to do?
Why not get Bumblefuck?
4 million Scoville units of pure hard rock. Bumblefoot hot sauces come in 3 flavors. The burning Bumble. Tone it down a bit with Bumblicious and throw the sauce on everything.
Spice it up. Bumble me, baby. Bumblefoot hot sauce. Get it today at Kajans.com.
We are scouring the world for the most intriguing stories of your day. Take the time to read up on the SOR Newswire, where our team, led by Captain Shirk, will deliver to you some of the best paranormal and supernatural news, along with some stories that will blow your mind from the weird to the wacky. It's the news outside the news that piques interest, and that's what we're looking to deliver to you. The SOR Newswire, only at spacedoutradio.com.
Hi, this is Amber Beckrud, and I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we store all of the SOR show archives for free. And as an added bonus, every 2 weeks I'm posting brand new content on Cryptid Tales, where I will get into some of the spookier legends and folklore from around the world and tell the stories that go with them. Find us at youtube.com/spacedoutradio and check out Cryptid Tales today. Drop a comment and let me know what you want to hear. See you there. The SOR Vault is open for business, and do we have some cool swag for you to pick up? All you have to do is head over to our website and click on the SOR Vault. You have a variety of cool logos to choose from, and put them on anything you want. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, you name it, we can get it to you. So do your shopping by supporting the store you love. Get your Spaced Out Radio swag at the SOR Vault today.
For the price of 1 cup of coffee a month, you can become an SOR Space Traveler. The Space Travelers Club is a place where you can interact with other listeners, either live during the show or on our great forum. We want your stories, pictures, comments, and ideas. You'll get live video streams, exclusive content, and be a part of our newsletter. Stay in touch with everything SOR. The Space Travelers Club is just $5 a month at spacedoutradio.com.
We all know on Spaced Out Radio we love a good beard and mustache, so why not take care of your facial hair with Mighty Moose Beard Oil? Made in Canada, we're taking care of beards and stashes around the world. We use 100% natural ingredients with our oils and balms to make your whiskers feel silky smooth. Use promo code SOR2019 at mightymoosebeard.com today.
Hello, Space Travelers. It's me again, Carl. Don't forget to join the Space Travelers Club for just $5 a month. And follow Spaced Out Radio on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio. Our Instagram, Dave Scott SOR. Our Facebook page is Spaced Out Radio Show. Our archives are free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Come woo it up with Spaced Out Radio today. Bye!
Hi there, this is the paranormal lawyer Michael W. Hall. I'd like to invite you to listen in each Sunday night where we're going to open up your eyes to everything strange and paranormal. I will be hosting some great guests with topics that affect us all, such as UFOs, ghosts, and everything paranormal. Let's learn together on Spaced Out Radio Sunday with myself, Michael W. Hall, the paranormal lawyer at spacedoutradio.com.
Are you an experiencer of something strange that can't be explained? Do you want help finding out what's going on? I'm Ryan Stacy, head of the Experiencer Support Association, otherwise known as TESSA. We've teamed up with Spaced Out Radio to investigate cases filled out in the SOR Sightlines report. We are independent and there's no cost to what we do. All we need is your experience. Let's find out what's happening together on the SOR Sightlines report.
Hey, Space Travelers, this is John Resig, founder of the Chive and Chive Charities. If you know anything about our website, you know we like to do things a little differently. We're not some faceless organization collecting money for a nebulous cause. Our donor dollars go directly toward life-improving items. Then we give those items directly to an underdog who needs it most. To become a donor with Spaced Out Radio's official charity, Chive Charities, just go to chivecharities.org/donate.
Get your horns up with me on Spaced Out Radio. This is Ron Bumblefoot Thal. Come tune in to SOR where you can hear me rock out with Little Brother Is Watching, the official theme song of Spaced Out Radio. And then come on over to bumblefoot.com where you can find out about my tour schedule, my music, and everything else. Bumblefoot.com keeps you up to date on what I'm doing and the best way to stay in touch with my music and music camps. Sign up for my newsletter at bumblefoot.com and remember, Little Brother Is Watching.
The party is always on at the Moose Vancouver.
The Moose Vancouver is where you want to be when visiting Canada's West Coast. Open until 2 a.m. nightly, the Moose cranks up the rock while serving some of the best rated food in the city. The menu starts at $6.95. Why party anywhere else in Vancouver when the Moose is right there? Get your horns up and rock with the Moose, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Looking for creative ways to get your company out in the public? How about advertising on Spaced Out Radio? Our sales department is waiting to hear from you, and we can work around any budget. From commercial spots to banners to special promotions, there are many opportunities to get your name and product out to our SOR listeners. For a price guide and more information, please contact us at sales@spacedoutradio.com.
You're listening to Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Follow Dave on Twitter @Spaced Out Radio and on Facebook, Spaced Out Radio Show.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of Spaced Out Radio tonight. I am your host, Dave Scott, sitting in the captain's chair of SOR headquarters. We welcome you to tonight's show, especially if you're listening in on one of our terrestrial affiliates across the continent and on TalkStream Live and Revolution Radio on the digital side. Remember, you can check out all of our archives for free by checking out youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. The Desert Clam has set the password for tonight in the SOR Space Travelers Club. Let's find out what that is. What is that password right there? Ochlysis. Ochlysis? I don't know. Anyways, the Clam sets a password each and every night right here on Spaced Out Radio. Our website is spacedoutradio.com, where we have a plethora of features for you, including rocking out to Bumblefoot and doing a little shopping and reading at Captain Shirk's SOR Newswire. We really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, it is the birthday show tonight, and so we got Ian Holt here. Ian is with... well, he's just one of my favorite guys because we share our birthdays together. And, and I got to say this. We got Little Richie G, and we have one of my favorite cryptid people of all time, the one, the only, the talented, the lovely, Varla Ventura is here. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Is this me you're looking for?
Yeah.
Skype is apparently not working the way it's supposed to right now. What we need to do is we need to get you to call into my Skype line. So go to Spaced Out Radio Dave. If you have Skype, call in at Spaced Out Radio Dave, and we will be able to check you on out. We really will. We'll be able to check you on out. So, Spaced Out Radio Dave. Call there. Because apparently the phone line is not working. So anyways, it's just us three hanging on out. How you doing, little Varla Ventura? Welcome to the birthday show.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for allowing me to pop on to your birthday show. I have a birthday present for you. I have a couple of birthday presents for you.
Do you?
So one birthday present is I made a donation to the Chive Charities in your name.
Oh,
since
sweet.
I noticed that you post from them a lot on Twitter, and I kind of check them out, and they look legit. So that's one of your birthday presents. So happy birthday.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And, that's actually kind of cool that you did that. That is very, very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you. And Varla, you've been coming on this show for almost a year now. Every couple of months.
At least.
I got to ask you this. What cryptid haven't we talked about that we have missed out on?
Have we not talked about? Let me think. I think we've talked about changelings, right? I feel that and we've talked a little bit about pukas, right? So
yes.
Let's see. We've talked about vampires. We've covered werewolves. What else is out there that we just haven't? We talked about mermaids the very first time. So
ice gnomes.
Ice gnomes. We haven't talked. Well, we have talked about gnomes a little bit in the very beginning because Dave used to not like gnomes very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we talked about the Scandinavian or the Icelandic trolls. I don't know if we've really talked about those too much. We haven't. We kind of touch on Dogman now and again, which kind of ends up crossing into werewolf territory in my mind. So,
right.
I mean, we bounce around a lot, Dave.
Cool. Hey, we actually got a caller through now. We got a caller through, and it is Science Bob. Science Bob.
What's up, Dave?
How you doing, Science Bob?
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And to Ian as well, man. You know, Ian is one of the good guys.
Happy birthday, Ian. Thank you.
That is very cool. Science Bob, hold on, we're going to see if we can add one more in here, just because we can. See if we can. There he is. Just caller, Agent Willis, just hold on for 2 seconds here. Science Bob, you know, you're a guy of science. You're a guy of all things. I mean, you wear a lot of black clothing because, you know, you're like a man in black. Be honest. You got some aliens over there, or what's happening? Where are you hiding them aliens?
I can't tell when they're coming around or not, but they just every now and then come around. Usually as orbs.
I know. So, Science Bob, just out of curiosity, are you going to catch borrow one of them alien spaceships that you got hidden in your garage down there in Bama? And are you going to fly on over here and, pick me up? We'll go pick up little Richie G and then go over and pick up Ian. And then, I don't know, let's go party somewhere.
I'm going to grab my fancy cameras, night vision and all that other stuff, and we're going to go find some woo.
Oh, that's a good idea. That is a very, very good idea. You going to hang out for a bit?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see where's Agent, where did Agent Willis go?
Goran Scares there, Dave. It's William Pattison, a.k.a. Agent Willis, a.k.a. the King of Splatterpunk.
Nice.
Came on to sing you happy birthday.
Oh,
happy
I'm looking forward to it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
Unfreaking believable.
You know what?
Yes,
I can guarantee with a high pitch like that, you were fronting some 80s rock band. You had to be.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for calling in and singing happy birthday, man. Appreciate that. Varla, what do you rate that? What do you rate that, Varla?
I rate that probably a 10 plus. I mean, that's a very unique birthday song. So
I agree.
Takes courage to come on air and sing.
Totally does. It totally does. Totally does. Thank you, Agent Willis. We'll let you go and head back to your listening device. Really do appreciate that, man.
Thank you much.
Take care.
All right.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah. I'm trying to connect with people. I know a lot of people are trying to connect with us. I'm trying. Yeah, Ian.
I think you should do a duet with Vince Marquis.
Oh,
you got what I need.
Mm-hmm. Ian, didn't that remind you of the days of when all your friends were sitting around, singing around along the street corners, and then they decided to start Public Enemy? That's how it went, right? That's how it went, right?
How it went. That's exactly how it went. They were street corner singers. Actually,
they were DJs. They would yell over the mic, and that's how the MCing started.
That was right after the doo-wop era.
Yeah.
For real. Cowboy, the corner guys. Yeah. They always hung around in the corners.
Like the guys in Rocky.
Like the guys in Rocky, right. And the Sopranos.
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, we didn't have that up here in Canada. Not where I lived, at least. Didn't have that.
Wait, we got to go. Have to go back to the subject because this is really bothering me. I've got to ask this question. We were talking about the footage that was released by the American government of the UFOs, and I think Rick said that they were holograms. So I mean, it's heat-sensitive FLIR footage. So I'm wondering if it's a hologram, how do we get the heat signatures coming off of it? It's a hologram.
It's even a bigger deal. You can't get a radar return off of a hologram, and Kevin Day and his crew watched them for hours.
See, there you go. That's because the hologram is one of the best guesses.
I voicemail of Robin St. Charles.
We're taking Kevin Day's word on it without evidence. That's kind of hard, but I don't see why he would have any reason to lie. But there's always something that keeps us from seeing what we need to see. That's what bothers me. They want to call this drip disclosure. This isn't anything more. I think this footage doesn't really tell us anything. Could be experimental drones. I didn't see anything that acted like a ping pong ball in a box, as described by the guys flying the airplanes.
Right.
So when you have a FLIR and it's a regular aircraft, you can see rotor wash, blade wash, jet exhaust, all that stuff. You see none of that in those videos. It is not an airplane.
On one of them, you do see a plume, though. There's like a weird plume that it doesn't like elongate like a plane or a jet, but there's some kind of plume coming off of it. It's really weird.
That could be propulsion, then.
That totally could be propulsion. Totally be propulsion.
Yeah, but it's like a normal propulsion. I mean, it probably is propulsion, but it's just that it stops. It like stops dead in the air and like hangs there. It's really weird. Giorgio Tsoukalos thinks that it's preparing us for revelation because the aliens are coming back to announce themselves. The first stage of that.
Hey, 1 second here, everyone. We want to give a shout out to Bill Hauser. Bill Hauser is here tonight, hanging on out. Hi, Bill.
How you doing, Dave? Happy birthday, and happy birthday, Ian.
Thank you, Bill. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm having a ball.
Excellent.
Me too, man. Me too.
I got it. I was watching Ghost Nation this week, and they had a ghost box on the episode. Not the Ghost Nation wasn't using it, but someone who investigated first did, and came through on the ghost box. They asked, they believed there was a murder in the house, and they asked the ghost box, "Were you murdered?" He said, "John stabbed me." Came through the ghost box, and it turned out that when they investigated the murder, it was a guy named John Mahoney, who was an overseer it was on a plantation, and one of the slaves was going to be whipped, and he would refuse to be whipped, and he hit the overseer with a stick, and the overseer stabbed him, and the overseer was cleared of charges, but his name was John Mahoney. And then in that same breath, when we just had this great revelation, Jason Holt said that they don't consider the ghost box a legitimate tool. And when I heard that, I thought of you immediately, and I was wondering what you would say to that.
Well,
right.
That's quite funny because a lot of paranormal groups now have a ghost box in their toolkit. So it's gotten more recognized probably in the last few years than it's ever had before. So, but again, he's always been a little bit kind of skeptical on a lot of different techniques in the paranormal.
Oh, for sure.
And it was particularly weird because the ghost box named the killer, so something named it and exactly how he died. The ghost box was spot on, and he blew off the stab me part of it and just said, "Oh well, John's just a common name, so that's why it came through." Like he totally dismissed it. I'm like, that was the spot on answer that turned out to be true, and he totally blew it off. And I was like, I was surprised by that because he didn't give it any respect.
Oh, I hear you. Bill, what are you working on next?
Oh, what was that, Dave?
What are you working on next?
Just doing YouTube videos lately, and been doing private sessions for people on Skype. So that's basically what I've been up to.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you for calling on in. I'm trying to get other people in here, and really appreciate you being a bi-monthly guest on the show, man. A lot of people love it. I know Chuck down in California absolutely loves listening, and a number of others in our chat rooms do too. You do one hell of a job, my friend.
Well, thank you, Dave. And you guys have a great weekend for your birthdays, and just have a wonderful time.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Bill.
Bill Hauser, everybody.
Well, thank you. Okay, you guys have a good night. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Gotta love Bill Hauser. Guess what, everybody? We're going to make a call. We're going to make a phone call here. Hold on. To Grandma Rose. Now, Grandma Rose, if you don't know who Grandma Rose is one of our, well, she is probably our oldest listener. She's 97 years old. And she listens every night with every Friday night with her grandson, Fap. So let's call Grandma Rose here. This is going to be good. Science Bob, you stay right there, man.
I'm here.
Come on, Grandma Rose. Come on, Grandma Rose.
Hello.
Like we're all... Hi, Grandma Rose.
Hi. How are you? Happy birthday.
Good. Thank you. How are you, Grandma Rose?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Yeah?
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited to actually hear from you.
I am too. I'm happy that we finally got to do it.
So, at 97 years old, do you believe in aliens?
No. You got me a year older than what I am.
Okay, 96. Sorry.
That's better.
At 96 years old, I just got schooled by Grandma Rose, everyone. I feel shame right now.
That's okay.
You know?
You should.
Okay. I totally do. Do you believe in aliens, Grandma Rose?
Sometimes I do, but they kind of scare me when you talk about it.
Yeah? What do you like what we talk about? What's your favorite?
Oh, anything that you say is very, very interesting.
Even with my Canadian accent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Grandma Rose,
I hear you never heard of a cannoli, huh?
Well, I knew what they were because I've watched Cake Boss, but I've never tried one.
Oh, you haven't lived until you have a cannoli. Especially one that I used to make them all the time.
Oh yeah? Do you still make them?
No, it's kind of hard now.
Oh,
hard
I see.
For me to stand up that long and have to worry about making the cream, which takes a long, long time. And it takes a lot of time, but they were the best.
All right. We've got a few people up here. Varla Ventura is here. Science Bob is here. Little Richie G. Ian Holt. Grandma Rose, would you like to ask any question that we can answer for you? You got the floor here, Grandma Rose.
Not really. I mean, I'm just so happy to hear your voice. That's enough for me.
Oh, I'm blushing now. I am totally blushing right now.
Oh, are you? I
am.
Have it.
Do you like my hat tonight? Are you watching on YouTube?
Well, I'm really not that crazy about your hat. I'd rather see you without the hat.
Okay. I'm taking it off for you right now.
You have beautiful
I'm
hair.
taking it off for you. Do you want me to undo the hair too?
You should take the hat off. You have beautiful hair. Show it off.
Well, according to Michael in the chat room, I don't. He thinks I look like a homeless person.
Oh, shame on them. Shame on them.
Exactly. Says I look like a Canadian Randy Quaid.
Shame.
That's kind of a compliment.
Oh, hey. Grandma Rose is awesome. And I love the fact that, and just watching the comments in the chat room right now, that Grandma Rose
there
is.
You are. Now that's more like it. See?
Thank you. That's for you.
You look very
That's
nice.
for you.
You look very nice.
Thank you.
Now.
I am handsome and dapper.
Yes,
Handsome and
you
dapper. So, Grandma Rose, the big question is, the big money is, when this whole COVID thing is over and they open up the border again and we end up having our Las Vegas party, are you going to join us down there?
Well, I sure hope so. It would be nice if I could. My grandson's got to come with me.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Uh-huh.
He can totally come. He can totally come with you. Of course, he's invited.
Oh,
right?
Wonderful.
Yes. And then you and me, and we'll get little Richie G there, and Science Bob. Apparently he's pretty good at blackjack. We'll all go sit around the blackjack table. We'll smoke some cigars and have some scotch and play blackjack all night. Are you in?
Yes. All except I don't smoke and I don't drink. I'll just sit and watch. Or I'll get my own machine. I'll go and find my own machine.
No, you got to play. You got to play blackjack or something with us. You have to.
No, I'm going to go sit with Grandma Rose and play the machines. I'm with her.
There you go.
Well, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Yeah. That totally makes sense. Grandma Rose, we got to go to break here, but I want to say that we absolutely love you, and thank you so much for being a fan and listening to us and being a part of this. And I hope you read
to you whenever I can.
And I hope that you get the opportunity to read a lot of the comments in the chat rooms and on Twitter, because everybody loves you. Everybody loves you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Much love to you.
Take care of yourself now, okay?
Okay, I will. I promise you.
Okay,
I promise you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Too bad life is like it is today. I wanted to give you a hug, but that's not the question.
You.
A birthday
Soon. We'll do that. Grandma Rose, Science Bob, Varla Ventura, Ian Holt, and Little Richie G. It's the birthday show here on Spaced Out Radio. We continue after this.
We're taking Sunday nights out of this world on Spaced Out Radio. This is Michael W. Hall, also known as the Paranormal Lawyer. Together, we're going to go on an exciting journey into the unknown. I'm going to bring you some of the best interviews in the paranormal and supernatural to start your new week off on a freaky note. So tune in to Spaced Out Sundays with me, Michael W. Hall, only on spacedoutradio.com.
Need that weekend's supernatural fix? Look no further than Spaced Out Saturday right here at spacedoutradio.com. I'm Stacey Edwards.
And I'm John Edwards. Each Saturday night, Stacey and I are going to bring you the best in paranormal, cryptids, UFOs, you name it, and we're going there.
It's all about the experience and to share the knowledge with all of you.
So tune us in every Saturday night on Spaced Out Saturdays, starting at 9:06 p.m. Pacific, 12:06 a.m. Eastern, only at spacedoutradio.com.
If you like it hot, real hot, then heat up your meals with Bumblefoot hot sauce.
Get your Bumblefoot hot sauce today. The sauce, Bumblicious, and the 4 million Scoville unit Bumble. We're going in hot, real hot, coming out even hotter.
Keep the milk nearby and tantalize your taste buds tonight.
Bumblefoot Hot Sauce, available now at kajans.com.
At spacedoutradio.com, we are keeping you up to date on all the news with the SOR Newswire. Captain Shirk leads the team that is bringing you the news of the day and exclusive stories on everything paranormal and supernatural. It's free to read, it's updated daily, and it's right there for you. The SOR Newswire is a one-stop shop for the news of the day. Check it out at spacedoutradio.com today.
We're adding to the entertainment online for Spaced Out Radio. I'm Amber Beckrud, and I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out Cryptid Tales, where I will take you on a journey into some of the strangest legends and lore from around the world, relaying the stories to you of the strange creatures and experiences that people have had throughout time. You can find Cryptid Tales at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. And while you're there, don't forget to check out our free archives and leave a comment. See you there.
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening, because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
Are you looking for great advertising value for your company? Look no further than Spaced Out Radio. We have a multitude of places to get your name out there, including commercial ads during the show, special promotions, and banners on our website. Our audience is proven to support the companies that support our show. We can make your budget work for you. So for more information, please contact us at sales@spacedoutradio.com.
Hey, space travelers, this is John Resig, founder of the Chive and Chive Charities. If you know anything about our website, you know we like to do things a little differently. We're not some faceless organization collecting money for a nebulous cause. Our donor dollars go directly toward life-improving items. Then we give those items directly to an underdog who needs it most. To become a donor with Spaced Out Radio's official charity, Chive Charities, just go to chivecharities.org/donate.
You wanted new SOR gear, and now you can have it. The SOR Vault is fully stocked with t-shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, and everything in between, with great logos for you to choose from. So head on over to spacedoutradio.com, click on the SOR Vault, and go shopping. Pricing is quite affordable, and you can look good representing your favorite show. So go to our website and pick up your new SOR wear at the SOR Vault today.
Cold drinks, great food, and the best music in Vancouver. The Moose Vancouver is the place to be, open until 2 a.m. nightly. Everything on the menu starts at just $6.95. Who serves food that cheap anymore? At the Moose, you'll never know who you'll run into. Rock stars, actors, athletes. It's the place everyone wants to be. So join us at the Moose Vancouver, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Hello, Space Travelers. It's me again, Carl. Don't forget to join the Space Travelers Club for just $5 a month and follow Spaced Out Radio on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio. Our Instagram, Dave Scott SOR. Our Facebook page is Spaced Out Radio Show. Our archives are free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Come woo it up with Spaced Out Radio today. Bye!
Hey everybody, the SOR Space Travelers is open. For just $5 a month, you can hang out with Dave and our crew privately in our members-only section. With your signing, you'll receive newsletters on what's going on with Spaced Out Radio. You'll have direct contact with the host during the show in our chat, live streaming videos, and a great forum for your posts and more. Become a Space Traveler now at spacedoutradio.com.
From the heartlands of Canada to beards around the world, we know how to take care of you. Fill your follicles with the Mighty Moose Beard Oil. All our oils and balms are handmade and 100% natural ingredients because we care about your beard. And hey, use the promo code SOR2019 and get your Mighty Moose Beard Oil today. You can check us out on our website, mightymoosebeard.com.
Welcome back to the second half of Spaced Out Radio tonight. I am your host, Dave Scott, sitting in the captain's chair of SOR headquarters. We appreciate all of you tuning us in tonight. We want to remind all of you that if you've missed portions of this show or others, you can check out our free archives by going to youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Just do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. Our website is spacedoutradio.com, where we have a plethora of features for you, including rocking out to Bumblefoot and reading up on Captain Shirk's SOR Newswire. Follow us on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio and my personal handle at Dave Scott SOR. It's the birthday show, and Dirty Filth just hung up. He's the guy who does all of that great artwork on our website. And we got Science Bob with us. We got Varla Ventura. She's in her pajamas because she was at a pajama paranormal party. We got Little Richie G, who's walking around with an alien mask on, and I hope he has his sunglasses over top of it. And birthday boy, much like myself, Ian Holt. Everyone, welcome back to the show. Really appreciate it.
It's a great show, Dave.
We're doing it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was muted. I said thanks.
Oh, that's
great
nice.
to be here.
Hi, Richard.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good.
Filth said that he dropped out because he didn't want to take up a spot anymore.
Aw.
Yeah. Terrible. Terrible. And, well, either way, it's a birthday show. And, you know, we're taking your questions in the chat rooms. And so if you guys want us to ask the panel anything, it's pretty relaxed and chill around here tonight for the birthday show, as it normally is. So, yeah, we're just waiting for you guys to hang on out, ask a question, and, you know, be with us. Be with us. Hang out. You know? Let's talk some UFOs. Richie, fire out the UFO question. I think Science Bob may have an answer. I know you got some UFO questions out there, because I know you have a real crush on Stephen Greer. Okay? I know you do.
Oh, yeah. He loves him.
I have a question.
Science Bob, do you love... who do you love in this field, Science Bob? Who do you love?
Love. Well, I listen and read books written by Richard Dolan. I like listening to Grant Cameron, and I listened to you. And when Rich was on the show, I listened to him. So I'm pretty new to this field, Dave. I haven't been around forever.
I hear you. But you've got the credentials, man. You got the credentials.
Well, I mean, I've been a scientist forever, but I mean, my UFO credentials are as thin as a slice of very thin cheese. I mean, I'm just not. I don't have many. Look, I'm doing Skyhub, which I hope will be a big deal. It looks like it will be, and we can get some UFO evidence without a shaky video and have a bunch of other stuff go with it. So I hope that has a big impact. But until it's out there, my contributions are yapping with you and talking over things with people, trying to find some science. Talk science with Cogswell. It's just I'm trying to get involved and do stuff, and hopefully it turns out well. But I don't have these big credentials a lot of people do.
I gotta ask you, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? And we'll see if Little Richie G can actually imitate that wrestler.
Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant.
Okay, here we go.
I'm coming out the hole. I'm number one.
Not bad, right?
Not bad.
That's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good, Richie. Oh my goodness gracious!
Never
Okay.
practiced that once.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Not bad.
I'm calling.
Especially-
I'm calling someone right
especially
now.
Especially
Very
later
natural.
on when he got muffle mouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he was drinking like 40 beers a day.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
This is Overbuilt Automotive from the YouTube.
Hey, Overbuilt Automotive from the YouTube. Why have we not got a date update? Okay, so
Well,
for
I think
people
I
who don't
cursed-
know,
I think I cursed to myself when I was on there because I haven't seen the beautiful lady at her place of work. But the more likely thing is I've been going by there in the evening, and about 3 o'clock is, I think, when the cutoff time is for her shift.
got it. You got to ask her out. So I got to let the fans know who may not be listening or may not know. Of a couple weeks ago, Overbuild Automotive was asking on the after party that we do while I'm doing all the editing for the radio show. And he was asking about dating tips. And so we literally did this for like an hour. We've been waiting for an update on whether or not he actually followed our dating rules that everybody in the chat room gave him and I gave him. And so the date hasn't happened yet. That's what it comes down to. The date hasn't happened yet.
No, and I guess you could consider me a pud or just working too much and not getting by there. It depends on how you want to look at it.
Gotcha.
One of the two.
Well, yeah. Do you have a question for our panel here tonight?
Well, I don't know. What does she think about Dogman? She think they're real? Do you think they're out there lurking in the woods going to get you?
Yeah, I think that I'm assuming because I mentioned Dogman earlier. I think that there's a bunch of sort of hybrid variations of things that are like wolves, essentially werewolves that have just evolved in different places. And there's a version in the Deep South. There's a version in the Great White North, and they all have a lot of similarities, at least in folklore. I think with any of those kind of cryptid creatures, I actually do not think they come looking for us or stalking us. I think it's more of a just like any kind of wild beast in the territory.
Yes, I think wrong place at the right time would be a good one for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, what's kind of neat about this subject is there's a guy on the YouTube that does a Dogman encounters and that thing, and he's actually been having a gentleman on there lately who's claimed to be a government agent working for the underground. I mean, underground would be a proper way of putting it, but he claimed that they've got werewolf soldiers, around 48,000 of them, and they're doing a soft disclosure via his channel, which they've chosen, believe it or not. And it's been quite interesting to hear the guy carry on with it. Don't know what to make of it.
Excellent. Hold on one second here, because we got another call coming in. Peanut butter rolls. You just hold on one second. Somebody was going to respond to Overbuilt. Who was that?
Yeah, that was me. I had a interesting theory about these cryptids. If you go back to the Anastasi text, it says that the aliens down were doing
power on, Bluetooth pairing,
and creating creatures.
Bluetooth.
So I'm wondering if the chupacabra, the dogmen, all these creatures that we see that are seen aren't like genetic experiments. I mean, if you believe
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can explain it, because if they were,
and their attitudes speak a lot for their supernatural spiritual tendencies. I mean, if you look at something just kind of common sense wise, if they're not very nice creatures and they're always kind of in a really, really bad way, that might mean they've been probably quasi invented by a nefarious entity. So
yeah. And if they were a true species, we would see more of them. There's always like one, and then we don't see them for a while, and then there's another one. And I the only way to explain that, in my mind, is if there is really just a couple of them, and not a full species that are mating and having babies and all of that. So that would be the only explanation that I could think.
There is a lot of Dogman Encounter videos on that particular cryptid, though, and the werewolf, which is I kind of think, now that I've been studied in on it, maybe that this werewolf creature is more like what the Gugwi or the I can't think of the name that they use in Louisiana for it. But anyway, it's like a short-faced Bigfoot that's mean in the South. Whatever, they got different names for them. I think a lot of people are misinterpreting them as Bigfoots, and they're not. And that's what this guy on this other YouTube channel, Jeffrey Nandley's Dogman Encounter, if people are interested to go check it out. I think I pronounced that last name right. But any which way, it's easy to find by that. And it's just a trip. The last 3 months has been a trip on that channel. It's just the whole thing's
I'll tell you something really. When I went to Romania, when you leave the airport, there's like, it's like a very rural area, and they have like these almost like log cabins. But every house in that area, and what's really funny is Romania is always known for vampires, but that's the real origins of the werewolf is in Romania.
Yeah, they got shutters. They all got shutters out there, don't they?
Shutters that come to a cross. And when I was first there, I thought they were like for gun turrets, like when you had in the Old West in case the Indians came, and attacked you. No, every night they close these shutters and they form a cross, an opening it's like an opening and it's a cross to scare off the werewolves.
Yeah, they got to be truth to that. They got to be some truth to that. That's for sure.
The house has it, and got to be something to it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of encounters around. I mean, when you run across one or two things around here, you mention it to people that don't go out in the woods around East Tennessee here, and they're like, just look at you like a deer in the headlights, like a drunken deer in the headlights a lot of the time. Or they have their own story to say where they got kind of freaked out in the woods because everything went quiet or whatever.
And I'm sure there's probably more sightings in a place like Tennessee because more people hunt there. So they'd be out in the woods anyway. So there'd be more people to see it.
Yeah, my funny thing about human nature is the guys that don't hunt, but they're around and they're around these parts and then they haven't seen anything. It's just human nature, no matter where you're at, I guess, just to dismiss things that you can't see, touch, or feel. And they just think it's crazy. I guess because maybe it's because we're all in front of our TVs too much. I don't know.
Well,
also, I think people want to talk about it because people think they're crazy. So I bet more people have seen it than it will admit.
I had a good friend in high school disappeared, and nobody seen a hide in the hair of him. He went hunting one day and never came back. I have no idea. Nobody knows anything about it. It's just like you get up one day, say hi to your wife, and you leave. You go out, go hunting for deer, and next thing you know, where you at, right? So who knows what happened to him? That's the only story, personal story that I have.
All right. I do have to let you go because I do have other people waiting in line here. Overbuilt, thank you so much for the warm birthday wishes. Really appreciate you being a listener almost nightly in the chat room, too, man.
Birthday, have a happy birthday. I hadn't even told you happy birthday yet because I was rambling on, wasn't I?
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
My brother lives in Louisiana, and I have heard what they call the rougarou.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Well, I've heard it.
Well, what does it sound like, Science Bob?
It sounds like a howling wolf. It's supposed to look a little bit like a werewolf, except they call it
it looks a lot like some of the almost like 1950s horror movie type werewolves.
Yeah, then they call it rougarou.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter rolls.
The weirdest.
Hold on 1 second. Peanut butter rolls is here. There he is. Hi, Peanut butter rolls.
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. I just wanted to call in and say happy birthday, and I love your show. And
Thank you.
I called in last year. Remember?
I totally remember, man. I totally remember.
And I'm glad you have Richie G on. Richie G makes the show, man. He really does.
Richie G is a rock star. He is a rock star.
He is.
I'll guarantee you, the minute Richie G walks out of his condo in Phoenix, he is handing out autographed 8x10s to all the fans who are lining up. Guaranteed.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. And but I just, like I said, I just wanted to call and say happy birthday, birthday boy. And hey, I'm glad you showed your dad. You know.
Oh yeah, man.
You showed up on camera. Yeah, that was great. That was great. So,
absolutely.
Anyway,
thank you, Peanut Butter Rolls.
Betcha, man. Bye.
Take care. Good old Peanut Butter Rolls, right there. That's awesome. Richie, how many autographs are you signing a day? How many Sharpies are you going through?
I've got to go through 2 a day now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The big ones.
See, Science Bob doesn't have to do that because when he goes outside, he actually disguises himself. He disguises himself, puts his cape on. You know, he puts his cape on and his his Lone Ranger style mask around the eyes, so nobody recognizes him. You know, he's like the old wrestler, the Repo Man. You know, nobody recognizes him. Yeah, Ian.
I have a question for a resident cryptid expert. Have you heard of, or what do you think of the melon heads?
Oh, I've heard of them. I don't really know very much about them, actually. I think that's kind of more of a... So I tend to look at a lot of older stories and old folklore and then compare that to more modern stories. And I don't remember really coming across that in like some of the old folk and fairy lore. What do you know about them?
Well, supposedly the story is in Dracula Hills. That's the actual name of the area in New Jersey. There was a sanitarium there that got taken over by a scientist who brought troubled and wayward youth there that he was trying to experiment to make them more plump. And he did injections into their heads, and their heads became bulbous, and they became even more feral from it. And there was a fire there, and they believed the kids set the fire because they were almost being tortured, and they escaped. And this group of, with these bulbous heads with no hair, almost like animal-like, live in the forest there, and they mate, and they have kids, and they eat people. And there's been so many disappearances there, and there's been limbs found and all kinds of stuff out there. And there have been a lot of sightings.
So if they are mating and they're having more melon heads, then whatever he actually did to them must be some kind of advantage. If their species is still surviving, right?
Yes. I mean,
not that I'm advocating for anybody to go out there injecting anything into their heads, of course. We don't need to do that. But that's interesting if it's multi-generational, because I do think about that sometimes. Like, is it a genetic mutation? Is it a story that has been embellished upon and to the point that we see what we want to see? Not this story specifically, but any kind of folklore or cryptid tale definitely serves that purpose of keeping kids from, getting lost in the woods or going down by the swamp. But if they're not too many generations back and still being seen, then somehow that gave them an advantage to continue.
Well, if they're 50s, the fire happened in the 50s, so you have to figure that it's 3 or 4 generations if they're still around.
Right. I mean, there could be.
I mean, would you consider that a cryptid, or because now if they are a species, even though they're man-made,
I think I probably put that certainly into the sort of like creepier category of cryptids. So somewhere in between that and cryptids don't have to be of olden lore. It's just kind of where I specialize. I tend to, get into the early werewolf and fairy stories and puka stories and things like that. So I've never heard of that, but I've heard of so many sanitariums where horrible things happened that I guess it's not really that surprising, but so many haunted, really just incredible places around, especially around the United States, where we had a great many sanitariums.
And they took all these kids supposedly from orphanages. They were orphanages, so they had no families. No one was looking for them. So it seems there's a ring of truth to it.
Yeah, no one's looking for them. No one's checking on them.
That's scary.
It is scary.
And
it's like a Stephen King.
Exactly. Oh, that's a beautiful picture Science Bob just posted, wearing his cape. That was beautiful. Came out of nowhere. Science Bob dropped a big cape on us. That one may be going on my Instagram. Not going to lie.
Go for it, dude.
Oh, we only got let's see. How long do we have here before we got to go to break? We got, let's see here, about 1.5 minutes here before we got to go to break at the top of the hour. It's the birthday show, and we are taking your calls on Skype. I have to change the number, all right, because my Skype number for some reason is not working. Thank you, Microsoft. Very beautiful of you. So if you're on Skype, go to Spaced Out Radio Dave, all one word, Spaced Out Radio Dave. Chime on in. We'll let you join everybody here. Hang on out, and you could be one with us. Be one with us, because that's what we do. Science Bob is here, along with Varla Ventura, Little Richie G, and, of course, we got the other birthday boy, Ian Holt, calling in from New York. And, yes, we're both Yankee fans. We both celebrate our birthdays on the same day, except he's older. I'm wiser. He's more successful. I'm unattractive. It's just the way it goes. So, yeah, that's the way it is.
You can't have it all,
No.
It's not
no.
Each have our gift.
He's got the wealth, and I've got the credit. It's the way it is. He hangs out with movie stars. I hang out with painted walls.
So poetic.
Very poetic. More poetry on Spaced Out Radio coming up for hour 3 of the birthday show of Ian and Dave. Little Richie G, Varla Ventura, Science Bob is here, and all of you as well. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, I'm John Edwards.
And I'm Stacey Edwards. Together we're taking over Saturday nights on Spaced Out Radio, where we're going to bring our own experiences of the paranormal and talk to the best people we can find to help bring you answers to your strange tales.
We're here to entertain your need for weekend woo! So tune us in at spacedoutradio.com starting at 9:06 Pacific, 12:06 a.m. Eastern, where we can all get a little spooky together.
Spaced Out Saturday nights right here at spacedoutradio.com.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
The SOR Vault is open for business, and do we have some cool swag for you to pick up? All you have to do is head over to our website and click on the SOR Vault. You have a variety of cool logos to choose from, and put them on anything you want. t-shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, you name it, we can get it to you. So do your shopping by supporting the store you love. Get your Spaced Out Radio swag at the SOR Vault today. We're adding to the entertainment online for Spaced Out Radio. I'm Amber Beckrud, and I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out Cryptid Tales, where I will take you on a journey into some of the strangest legends and lore from around the world, relaying the stories to you of the strange creatures and experiences that people have had throughout time. You can find Cryptid Tales at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio, and while you're there, don't forget to check out our free archives and leave a comment. See you there.
I'm feeling a little spicy tonight. What to do? What to do?
Why not get Bumblefuck?
4 million Scoville units of pure hard rock. Bumblefoot hot sauces come in 3 flavors. The burning Bumble. Tone it down a bit with Bumblicious and throw the sauce on everything.
Spice it up. Bumble me, baby. Bumblefoot hot sauce. Get it today at kajans.com.
We all know on Spaced Out Radio we love a good beard and mustache, so why not take care of your facial hair with Mighty Moose Beard Oil? Made in Canada, we're taking care of beards and stashes around the world. We use 100% natural ingredients with our oils and balms to make your whiskers feel silky smooth. Use promo code SOR2019 at MightyMooseBeard.com today.
We are scouring the world for the most intriguing stories of your day. Take the time to read up on the SOR Newswire, where our team, led by Captain Shirk, will deliver to you some of the best paranormal and supernatural news, along with some stories that will blow your mind from the weird to the wacky. It's the news outside the news that piques interest, and that's what we're looking to deliver to you. The SOR Newswire, only at spacedoutradio.com.
Hello everyone, this is Ryan Stacy from the Experiencer Support Association, otherwise known as TESSA. We're glad to team up with Spaced Out Radio to help investigate your experiences on the SOR Sightlines Report. Together, we'll investigate the strange sightings and occurrences you've had. We're looking for answers just like you. So fill out a Sightlines Report on the Spaced Out Radio website and let's figure out what's going on together.
Hey, space travelers, this is John Resig, founder of the Chive and Chive Charities. If you know anything about our website, you know we like to do things a little differently. We're not some faceless organization collecting money for a nebulous cause. Our donor dollars go directly toward life-improving items. Then we give those items directly to an underdog who needs it most. To become a donor with Spaced Out Radio's official charity, Chive Charities, just go to chivecharities.org/donate.
Hi there, this is the paranormal lawyer Michael W. Hall. I'd like to invite you to listen in each Sunday night where we're going to open up your eyes to everything strange and paranormal. I will be hosting some great guests with topics that affect us all, such as UFOs, ghosts, and everything paranormal. Let's learn together on Spaced Out Radio Sunday with myself, Michael W. Hall, the paranormal lawyer at spacedoutradio.com.
Hello, space travelers. It's me again, Carl. Don't forget to join the Space Travelers Club for just $5 a month and follow Spaced Out Radio on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio. Our Instagram, Dave Scott SOR. Our Facebook page is Spaced Out Radio Show. Our archives are free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Come woo it up with Spaced Out Radio today. Bye!
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening, because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
The party is always on at the Moose Vancouver.
The Moose Vancouver is where you want to be when visiting Canada's West Coast. Open until 2 a.m. nightly, the Moose cranks up the rock while serving some of the best-rated food in the city. The menu starts at $6.95. Why party anywhere else in Vancouver when the Moose is right there? Get your horns up and rock with the Moose, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Looking for creative ways to get your company out in the public? How about advertising on Spaced Out Radio? Our sales department is waiting to hear from you, and we can work around any budget. From commercial spots to banners to special promotions, there are many opportunities to get your name and product out to our SOR listeners. For a price guide and more information, please contact us at sales@spacedoutradio.com.
For the price of 1 cup of coffee a month, you can become an SOR Space Traveler. The Space Travelers Club is a place where you can interact with other listeners, either live during the show or on our great forum. We want your stories, pictures, comments, and ideas. You'll get live video streams, exclusive content, and be a part of our newsletter. Stay in touch with everything SOR. The Space Travelers Club is just $5 a month at spacedoutradio.com.
Would you like to connect with us? Head to spacedoutradio.com for all your latest show info. Now, back to Dave Scott and SOR.
Hour number 3 of Spaced Out Radio is underway tonight, the birthday edition. I am your host, Dave Scott. Thank you so much for joining us. We welcome back everyone listening in on our terrestrial affiliates across North America and on the digital side on TalkStream Live and Revolution Radio. Remember, you can check out all of our archives for free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. The Desert Clam has set the password for tonight in the SOR Space Travelers Club. Ochlesis. Ochlesis is your password. Use it wisely, Space Travelers, as a clam sets a password each and every night right here on Spaced Out Radio. Our website is spacedoutradio.com, where we have a plethora of features for you, including rocking out to Bumblefoot and reading up on Captain Shirk's SOR Newswire. It's my birthday show, and it's Ian Holt's birthday show. We do this every year. It's like 4 years in a row we've been doing this what the hell? To celebrate us. We can do that. We can celebrate us. We got Varla Ventura, Little Richie G, and Science Bob with us as well. Unfortunately, my phone line seems to be down, but you can reach us on Skype by going to Spaced Out Radio Dave, all one word, Spaced Out Radio Dave, if you want to check us on out and have a big play on that, because we'd love to hear from you. You got to be on Skype, though. Got to be on Skype. I appreciate that, Science Bob. Thank you. Thank you so much. And hey, we're gonna continue on with the show here. You know, I know Richie G always has a comment to make. Give us a little Hulk, man. Give us a little Hulk.
It's a little late, brother. But it's your birthday, so what the heck? Happy birthday, brother, and don't you ever forget to come on my birthday show, brother, next year in March.
Absolutely, man.
I don't have
Wow.
It's not that great, sister. It's not that great, sister.
It's good enough. None of the rest of us could do it.
Little Richie G, the man of many voices. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right. What do we want to talk about? What do you guys in the chat rooms want us to talk about, or on Twitter at #SpacedOutRadio? Put it in capital letters, and we will go there, because we got some pretty smart and effective people in this room tonight. And, yeah. Ian, you always got a question. You haven't been around lately, but we got you now.
You know, I watched this show the other day about the Mothman, and I don't know what to make of it. Like, that's, you know, I'm not really a skeptic on anything, but I'm always skeptical of the Mothman because it seems so, like, really weird and outrageous. And I was wondering what everyone else thought.
I don't know if it's real. The news sightings.
I know, it's so recent. Like the whole legend of it is so recent, and there's definitely implications that it's some kind of thing that mutated because of, horrific pollution or something like that. So it's always it's just such a perfect science fiction plot. But then again, life can often be a science fiction plot or stranger than a science fiction plot. So it's hard to dismiss anyone, it's hard to put the cryptids in categories, right? Because there are ones that are more plausible and more talked about. And then there's ones that are hardly ever seen and kind of questionable. So Mothman is definitely a puzzler one for me.
Richie, what do you think?
I don't know. There's been some wild stories, over the years, and they made the movie wherever it took place. I can't remember right now, but
it was in West Virginia.
Oh yeah, right, West Virginia. Yeah,
Point Pleasant, I think.
Yep, Point Pleasant.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah. So, that is very strange, and from what I've heard, they still had sightings over the years, like recently. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just odd.
There's videos actually. There's some videos of it actually in, I think, Chicago, of it flying through the air in Chicago and like sitting on top of a building in Chicago that I've seen. I've seen the footage on. I don't know if you guys watch this, but Paranormal Caught on Tape on the Travel Channel.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. It's a great show.
Yeah, and that really freaked me out. Now, if it was just a cryptid, I would buy it more maybe, but the red eyes is so like Hollywood, and the idea that it's a harbinger of doom, of some tragedy that's coming, makes it even weirder. It's like, so it can't be just an animal. It's got to be something supernatural, which is just weird because it manifests as a cryptid, but it's not. It's got to be supernatural if it's a harbinger of doom. So it's just very weird.
Wouldn't supernatural in this situation, couldn't it be that it's a matrix reality we live in? That's why we see things zipping around so fast, and we can't see things in this spectrum, but we know we can get them with some instrumentation. Maybe we're living in some sort of matrix reality.
Yeah. That's where Science Bob comes in. Hold on, Ian. This is where Science Bob shines.
I'm sorry, Dave. I was distracted. I'm so very sorry. What are we talking about?
Well, we know who's on the drugs tonight. We know who's on the drugs tonight.
We're talking about the Matrix. We're talking about the Matrix.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes. So, look, there's lots and lots of physics that's going around that says the universe is a hologram. And it's really complicated, but it's done exactly like laser holograms are done. You project stuff on the edges, and it fills out the center, and then that begs the question: if we live in a hologram done by a computer, who is the computer programmer? So it's really interesting. Not sufficient proof has been given that this is a correct view of the universe, but it's certainly one that's getting a lot of attention.
What is
All right,
that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Rich.
I'm sorry, Dave.
No,
I'm
please.
sorry.
No, you.
All right, thank you. I was just going to ask Science Bob on that with saying that. Dang it! Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, isn't space and everything just a mathematical equation?
So, look, our best description of it is a mathematical equation, and what we do with a mathematical equation is try to figure out what's coming next, given what we see around us. So, the mathematics does a fantastic job of making these predictions, but these mathematical equations are our dreamed-up constructs. The reality of space-time or whatever our universe is made of, we don't know the exact reality. And the way to show yourself that we don't know what the heck we're doing completely is you can't write down a math equation that has gravity and quantum mechanics in it. It just doesn't work. And lots of quantum mechanical things now are violating the math equations we have. So, for example, we saw these neutrinos. You were talking about neutrinos earlier. We saw these neutrinos that came up and through the Earth. Well, that can't happen. And then you go, wait a minute, but we're seeing them. So if it can't happen, how did it get here? And so now this is the first evidence we ever have in experimental data of a parallel universe. So just
with time, right?
I'm sorry?
It's not just a parallel universe, but it's a parallel universe with
running
time
backwards
in
in time.
reverse.
Running backwards in time. Yep, it's just very strange. So this science fiction coming true with our observations. But again, these are mathematical constructs that we try to organize what we think the universe is, so we make predictions. But we don't know what the universe is made of.
Well, I think also we've shut off our mind to some of it because we are so convinced that E equals MC squared is correct that not many of us think beyond that. And I think that hurts us.
Right. We got a caller here on the show here, area code 501. Let us know who you are.
This is Pat Smack Jams from the YouTube channel.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to wish you and Ian a happy birthday. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. My internet kind of dropped on me, so the show is kind of paused, trying to get it to reconnect.
Oh, yeah. We've been having troubles with the Skype all night, though, man.
Yeah, I do have a quick question for the panel based on some of the things that they discussed. Considering the idea that cryptids are man-made products that are just running around out there, is it practical or something interesting to think about some of the cancerous illnesses like Progeria or the Wolfman type of syndrome, where you grow hair all over your body, or the manifestations of that DNA trait in human beings?
Okay, I'd like to comment. That's a great question. I'd like to comment on that, if I may.
Sure.
So there are tons of stories about people who were called werewolves, or were called some kind of like troll, or thought to be some kind of goblin, who in the folkloric record had these kind of characteristics and these traits, but in fact were people who had what we can now diagnose as some modern illnesses. So I think that a lot of our stories come from a misunderstanding of people's genetics to begin with. So yeah, I mean, like kind of to that point, it ties in with the parallel universe. I mean, when you study something like the Kingdom of Fairy, which is not just little things that are flitting about kind of pollinating your garden, but you're talking about this vast array of sort of an just underground, especially in traditional Irish folklore, there's this vast land that exists beneath the surface and comes out once a year on like Halloween. And I'm often asked and ponder this question of, can we see these things? Only certain people see them. Some people have the second sight. Are they there all the time? Are they there existing in the same thing, the same space and the same time, but you just kind of can't see them? And I, of course, do not know the answer to that. But every time I read about a parallel universe or the Matrix, I can think of this sort of Celtic construct of this other world, and in many other sort of indigenous views of the world, it's a much more spherical and circular view, and not a linear view. And so it's interesting as we discuss these kinds of things in a more scientific way, how much that matches up with traditional beliefs of First Peoples, indigenous stories, and can kind of make sense of a lot of those things.
Because for me, to entertain that idea of let's say, the DNA manipulation, and I see someone, and I hate how it sounds, saying it out loud, but I would say that it would look like this, or it would look like him, or it would look like her. And even when you say having that sight to see, what led me to Spooked Out Radio, I was actually reviewing some videos on Dogman, and I was kind of frustrated in the comment section because you had a wealth of commenters that could see something that I couldn't see. I would rewind the videos, try to slow down the speed, and still not be able to see a thing. I'm like, well, maybe I should get some glasses or something.
Yeah, I don't trust pretty much any footage I see online these days. I just it's so hard to think that it's actually not doctored. So
very strange. Science Bob, you got a comment on that?
Yeah, I just look. This is why we're doing SkyHub. So the videos and the data and all that stuff that goes with it are done by an intelligent computer and not a human being, and we make sure that we protect the data in a way that it is very, very difficult to tamper with it. So I'm with Varla. I do not look at YouTube UFO videos anymore.
Little Richie G?
Yes, Dave.
What's your thoughts? Videos on YouTube? I know you're a big believer.
No, and the sad thing is, there's a lot of good videos out there, and then you find out they're not what you thought they were. Oh, okay, there's no more. Like with this crash in Brazil, nothing else has come out about it. And then you see there's one from Yorkshire that looks fantastic with this family talking about the light in the sky, and I want to believe it's probably the only real UFO I've seen in 10, 12 years on the internet. That's how much I don't really like the internet, because everything that's on there is, misunderstood. They just don't know what they're looking at. A lot of people are looking up, but they don't understand the sky. They don't know what a balloon looks like at a certain angle at a certain time of day with a certain camera. What setting was it on? A lot of different things can come into play that may make an airplane can look like a moving UFO if you don't know that it's reflecting the sun a certain way at sunset. Oh, it's very frustrating, YouTube.
Oof.
Yeah.
It is.
But have an opinion about space worms.
Space worms?
Yeah, this phenomenon. I think it's in South America.
The sky worms, like serpents?
Yeah, that's it.
Spitting out the balls?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Some of those are really weird. I don't know if they're like a firework display, but you don't see any smoke. And there would have to be, for that to be propelled, I guess, unless it's a remote control drone spinning inside of a bunch of orbs. I don't know how that would work. It doesn't make sense. So there are some really cool videos we can explain.
Ian.
But the problem is...
sorry. Go ahead, Reg.
Yeah, no, that's just the problem is it's never what it really seems. That's it.
Ian, you get the final word.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we keep finding out more stuff. I mean, it's like I saw this Kevin Smith movie, Red State. And at the end of the movie, they had the sonic booms, like the trumpet sounding. And I thought it was the most ridiculous ending I'd ever seen. And then I started seeing videos online of these sonic booms and trumpet sounding like it's the end of the world. And that kind of video is so easy to fake because you're not creating any visual. It's a sound effect. So I don't know what to believe. Did the movie come first, or did these sounds come first? It's anything online. The technology, being in the film industry, the technology is so good today. I mean, today there are programs when you're doing CGI effects that will actually calculate where the sun is, the correct shadows. So I mean, it's all done in a computer. At one time, like with the Harvey Oswald picture that they said was fake because the shadow's wrong on his face, someone would have to draw that in or create it. Today, a computer does it. It comes out perfect. So any video you see online is questionable. It's really it's made our jobs a lot harder. I'll put it that way.
Awesome. Thank you. I hope that answered your questions, man. I hope that did.
Really did. Happy birthday to your dad, Dave Senior. Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
weekend. Happy birthday to Ian. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. I'll put these fingers to work here in a minute.
Hey, do me a favor.
Carl.
Give a shout out. Give a shout out to your YouTube channel.
It's Pat Smack Jams on YouTube. I like to create different materials, music, content for everything that I'm interested in, just to show the passion behind it. So it might be some Spooked Out Radio stuff coming up. Who knows?
All
What's
right.
it? PAX, as in PAX?
PATSMACK.
FMACK.
And I'm looking at my laptop now. The connection had reconnected. Like when I tried to call in, everything kind of froze on me. So I had to restart it all. But I'm looking at it now, and I see that it's smooth.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for calling in. Really appreciate that, my friend.
And I'll be looking forward to getting my Bumblefoot hot sauce and my Bigfoot D-Mac here pretty soon. So
Awesome. I appreciate that. That is absolutely awesome. We'll send you back to your listener line. I love our fans, man. I love our fans. That's pretty cool. As we got about, what do we got here? About just over a minute to go before we got to go to break at the bottom of the hour. This night is flying by, Ian. Flying by.
Oh, it always does.
I know. I blame Richie G for that. I do.
Hey.
Maybe Science Bob can tell us about how we're like in an accelerated time warp.
I'd like to know that, Science Bob.
Well, we're accelerated because we're in the gravitational well of the Earth. So there you go.
See, that's why we love him right there. No BS with Science Bob. And by the way, my Magic 8 Ball says, reply, Hazy, try again for that answer. Pretty soon coming to Spaced Out Radio, dueling 8 balls with little Richie G.
Oh, nice. That's a great idea.
That'll be fun.
It's going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It's going to be phenomenal, brother. I just told him that, brother. I know.
More Spaced Out Radio coming up as we look to take this thing home. You know, we're running off the tracks. We're running off the tracks. You know what? We'll get pulling in here during the break, and we'll bring him in. All right, Mr. Pullin, get out. More Spaced Out Radio coming up.
We all know on Spaced Out Radio we love a good beard and mustache, so why not take care of your facial hair with Mighty Moose Beard Oil? Made in Canada, we're taking care of beards and stashes around the world. We use 100% natural ingredients with our oils and balms to make your whiskers feel silky smooth. Use promo code SOR2019 at MightyMooseBeard.com today.
Need that weekend supernatural fix? Look no further than Spaced Out Saturday right here at spacedoutradio.com. I'm Stacey Edwards.
And I'm John Edwards. Each Saturday night, Stacey and I are going to bring you the best in paranormal, cryptids, UFOs, you name it, and we're going there.
It's all about the experience and to share the knowledge with all of you.
So tune us in every Saturday night on Spaced Out Saturdays, starting at 9:06 p.m. Pacific, 12:06 a.m. Eastern, only at spacedoutradio.com.
Hey, Spaced Out Radio fans! It's John Resig, founder of the Chive and Chive Charities. Our goal is to make the life of veterans, first responders, and those with rare medical conditions 10% happier. We do this by donating one grant item, ranging from vans to therapy programs to prosthetic limbs, to those who need it most. To contribute to Spaced Out Radio's official charity, head over to chivecharities.org and become a donor today.
Hello, space travelers. It's me again, Carl. Don't forget to join the Space Travelers Club for just $5 a month and follow Spaced Out Radio on Twitter @Spaced Out Radio. Our Instagram, Dave Scott SOR. Our Facebook page is Spaced Out Radio Show. Our archives are free at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Come woo it up with Spaced Out Radio today. Bye!
If you like it hot, real hot, then heat up your meals with Bumblefoot hot sauce.
Get your Bumblefoot hot sauce today. The sauce, Bumblicious, and the 4 million Scoville unit Bumble. We're going in hot, real hot, coming out even hotter.
Keep the milk nearby and tantalize your taste buds tonight.
Bumblefoot hot sauce, available now at kajans.com.
Hi there, this is the paranormal lawyer Michael W. Hall. I'd like to invite you to listen in each Sunday night where we're going to open up your eyes to everything strange and paranormal. I will be hosting some great guests with topics that affect us all, such as UFOs, ghosts, and everything paranormal. Let's learn together on Spaced Out Radio Sunday with myself, Michael W. Hall, the paranormal lawyer at spacedoutradio.com.
Are you looking for great advertising value for your company? Look no further than Spaced Out Radio. We have a multitude of places to get your name out there, including commercial ads during the show, special promotions, and banners on our website. Our audience is proven to support the companies that support our show. We can make your budget work for you. So for more information, please contact us at sales@spacedoutradio.com.
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening, because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
We're adding to the entertainment online for Spaced Out Radio. I'm Amber Beckrud, and I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out Cryptid Tales, where I will take you on a journey into some of the strangest legends and lore from around the world, relaying the stories to you of the strange creatures and experiences that people have had throughout time. You can find Cryptid Tales at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio, and while you're there, don't forget to check out our free archives and leave a comment. See you there. You wanted new SOR gear, and now you can have it. The SOR Vault is fully stocked with t-shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, and everything in between, with great logos for you to choose from. So head on over to spacedoutradio.com, click on the SOR Vault, and go shopping. Pricing is quite affordable, and you can look good representing your favorite show. So go to our website and pick up your new SOR wear at the SOR Vault today.
At spacedoutradio.com, we are keeping you up to date on all the news with the SOR Newswire. Captain Shirk leads the team that is bringing you the news of the day and exclusive stories on everything paranormal and supernatural. It's free to read, it's updated daily, and it's right there for you. The SOR Newswire is a one-stop shop for the news of the day. Check it out at spacedoutradio.com today.
Cold drinks, great food, and the best music in Vancouver. The Moose Vancouver is the place to be, open until 2 a.m. nightly. Everything on the menu starts at just $6.95. Who serves food that cheap anymore? At the Moose, you'll never know who you'll run into. Rock stars, actors, athletes. It's the place everyone wants to be. So join us at the Moose Vancouver, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Hey everybody, the SOR Space Travelers is open. For just $5 a month, you can hang out with Dave and our crew privately in our members-only section. With your signing, you'll receive newsletters on what's going on with Spaced Out Radio. You'll have direct contact with the host during the show in our chat, live streaming videos, and a great forum for your posts and more. Become a space traveler now at spacedoutradio.com.
We've rounded third. We're headed for home tonight on Spaced Out Radio. I am your host, Dave Scott, sitting in the captain's chair of SOR headquarters, trying to control this crew tonight on the birthday show. But hey, if you missed most of this show or others, you can check out our free archives at youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio. Just do me the favor, hit that subscribe button. Our website is spacedoutradio.com, where we have a plethora of features for you, including rocking out to Bumblefoot and doing a little reading up on Captain Shirk's SOR Newswire. Yeah, follow us on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio for the show. And what's my personal handle? Oh, yeah, at Dave Scott SOR. For the final time tonight, we introduce the birthday show panel. Ian Holt shares his birthday with me. We've done this 4 years in a row. And guess what, Ian? We're going to do it again next year. We totally are.
Hell yes.
We have a date.
Hell yeah.
We have a date.
Varla
Ventura is with us. She is wearing her unicorn pajamas, onesie.
Yeah, you know it.
Little Richie G. Exactly. Little Richie G from Goof On. He's wearing his Sasquatch slippers tonight. And Science Bob has nothing on but a pair of white Fruit of the Looms and a cape. That's it.
There you go. There you go.
But we're loving them. We're loving them nonetheless.
His nickname is The Flash.
Oh, there we go. Science Bob, I have a question for you from Captain Shirk. She goes, who the heck is Science Bob? You're a man of many talents. Would you like to read your resume to Gail so she understands who and how important Science Bob is to us?
I'm your friend.
Well, that doesn't mean much right there.
Good start.
Well, I'm a faculty member at Virginia Tech. I've just retired as chief scientist of the Hume Center for National Security and Technology, which is a large research center at Virginia Tech. It's going to double in size to about 280 people next year, and that's too much work for me, so I'm going to become an adjunct professor and do only those things I want to do. I've helped start SkyHub, which is artificially intelligence-driven cameras and other sensors to try to find UAPs where we can get good evidence and do science on them. So I have a degree in math, and I in the electrical and computer engineering department, aerospace and ocean engineering department, and the math department at Virginia Tech. So I'm a geek since I was a kid.
And don't forget, you have your name on like 5 satellites in space.
It's more than that, but never mind. I started a company called Hawkeye 360, and we've put up a bunch of satellites to help locate radio emitters on the ground from orbit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And apparently he never loses at bingo either.
Well, that means I would have telekinetic powers to manipulate the dice.
Well, if anybody has it, it's you. You're a little weird that way. Who here thinks that Science Bob has the brain power to do that?
I'm raising my hand.
All right, Bob. Michael is asking in the chat room. He goes, "Jesus, Bob, what the hell did you do wrong to get up on this panel?"
Well, I went to a conference in San Francisco, and I walked outside because I saw this guy with this long, graying hair, smoking a cigarette, and I says, I think that's Dave Scott. And since then, we've been friends. So I screwed up, didn't I, Dave?
You totally did. You totally did. You scared the crap out of me that first day, and I just phone you every day. And we literally, Bob and I, since February, I think there's only been about 12 days where we haven't talked. About 12.
Well, I really scared Dave when I called him and says, "Look, Dave, we're becoming really good friends, and I have all these MIB friends, and I'm going to have to call them and tell them that I have a close and continuing relationship with a foreign national who's Canadian." And I says, "We can stop being friends, or I have to call them and tell them." And he says, "Oh, my God, tell them. I want to tell that story everywhere."
Absolutely. Absolutely. I get bragging rights. There is, as small as it is, like maybe half a page, there is a file on me in the Pentagon.
Wow.
There is a file on me in the Pentagon. And you know what?
There's a file on all of us at the Pentagon.
There's certainly a file on me. Now there's one on Dave. After that, I don't know.
Well, let's see.
I'm untraceable, so I know there's no file on me.
Even impressive than Travis Taylor. I mean, I hear that guy's resume every time on History Channel. I'm like, holy.
Now, Travis has got several. He's got 3 PhDs. Travis is impressive, but you can't listen to a Southern accent and think it's not attached to a brain, because Travis is really smart.
That's for sure. That's really true. That's really true. And he looks like Bam Bam, like he's some sports star in college or something. You imagine, and he's got all these PhDs. He's such a dichotomy.
Yep. I grew up in the woods of southwest Alabama, and I went off to college, and there was only 2 choices for college. It was Auburn or Alabama, because you have to be for one of those football teams. And so when I got to Auburn, I found out I could do this geek stuff, so I went on to graduate school. But I mean, it's just the path getting there was not because I knew what I wanted to do when I started.
Wow.
Well, I watch a lot of these shows on National Geographic and the Mountain Men and all that, and I mean, even guys that don't have degrees, they call themselves rednecks or mountain men. The stuff that they rig and how they put stuff together and make it work, it's very impressive. So anyone who says just because of Southern accent, that's a real stereotype. Because I don't care if you live in.
There's a name that everybody will know. It's Chris Bledsoe. The guy is a savant. He is a mechanical genius. The guy can build anything with his hands. He's built airplanes. He's built industrial size compressors. He built hundreds of homes. Yeah, and I think he graduated from high school, but I'm not sure. But the guy's a genius. It's just you take people as they are, and what matters is the content of their character, not the degree they have.
Absolutely. And I was watching Mountain Men, and this guy, he didn't have enough money for gasoline, so he didn't own a truck, so he got a junker and turned it into a steam engine because he had all these woods. So he just chopped down the trees and throw the wood in and burn it and turn the car, the old F-150 into a steam engine. He was driving around because he didn't have money for gas. I thought that was genius.
Yeah, it's really clever.
There's some question.
So Bob.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
What, Richie?
You seen a UFO?
Oh yeah. So when I was young, I built a telescope at a weird young age and sat out in the yard and looked at the sky. And I saw some UFOs, and I had some missing time events, and a major missing time event when I was coming home from university with my girlfriend. We lost over an hour and wound up in the middle of nowhere at a stop sign, no clue where we were. So, yeah, I've seen a few things. And with Chris Bledsoe, I've seen lots of orbs and other things. I visited Chris at his home and saw all sorts of stuff.
What do you mean, around him?
Oh, yeah, and overhead. With that family, it's on demand. They ask for them to come and they show up.
But so they just don't record anything for evidence, or they're not allowed to?
So that's part of the work I'm going to be doing to help Chris. He has 7,000 pieces of evidence that have never been seen.
Oh, my God. Do you think he's... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if any of you had seen The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. I'd love to get Science Bob's thoughts on it, because it's an actual, unlike these other shows where ghost hunters go in, this is a team of highly acclaimed, scientists that are like totally perplexed by the readings they're getting at Skinwalker Ranch in Utah.
Well, so look, the radiation burns that Travis got on his face, and
yes.
the damage done to, I forget what the ranch foreman, where he was in the hospital for a while, and then the flying of the rockets through the altitude where they triangulated where a signal was coming from. They first sent up a balloon, it disappeared right in front of them. They flew these rockets up, and they saw unidentified flying objects appear and disappear every time they flew one of these rockets. In the latest episode, there was a dead cow. It wasn't mutilated, but it was dead. And they went back, and it was a strange death. They brought a vet out, and they looked at these surveillance cameras Fugel has all over the ranch, and they saw the cow go through the agony of the death, and it was kind of a reasonably widescreen shot. They could see the cow, and above it was a UFO moving around. The show has produced some interesting stuff, but it's not yet science. So they're getting some ideas of things that they might want to do a science experiment around. But there's some interesting stuff going on in that show. But look, it's History Channel. They've got to over dramatize it to have an audience.
Right. Well, straight science would be a little dry.
Very dry, and it would go on for years. Real science will go on there for years.
I was going to say, that's just sad.
Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Richie, your turn. Richie's turn.
Well, now it's kind of been a bit, so it doesn't really have much.
Yeah, well, it does now. Come on.
I was just saying.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get it out, brother.
Okay. So the History Channel, they may over-exaggerate it. And I was going to say, that's what's sad. These guys don't know how to use just reality and make reality exciting without having to, make things louder or bigger or brighter. The story itself, I hate that. The truth is good enough for these shows, but they don't think so.
Yep.
I wanted to see if anybody thought that, well, is that because they're only allowed to show certain things? Are they being told what they can show? Because that one with Bill Burns, what was that one show? The UFO
Hunters.
Hunters?
UFO Hunters.
Yeah. Well, that show supposedly got shut down because they were talking about things that they weren't supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, so that video of the unidentified aerial phenomena that flew across a harbor in Puerto Rico and then went in and out of the water, there were some really angry people in the government about that video being shown.
Wow. Well, I guess that would do it.
Now, Richie, you had a comment that you wanted to make about Chris Bledsoe. Science Bob. You wanted to ask a question.
I don't even know. It was just in the moment. I heard his name and I had a knee-jerk reaction. Do you think he's a sociopath?
No. I find him to be an extremely nice guy. His wife is very nice. His family's lovely. And we went outside together and we saw things standing right next to each other. And a sociopath might fool me about his personality, but he's not going to make things appear that I see with my own two eyes.
Well, you know what? I met people like this guy, and they said, why don't you come on over? You'll see it. You're guaranteed to see it. I went over there 3 nights. We never saw anything. Well, and I would like to go over to Chris. If he's this guy that this happens with, I want to be a part of that, and I know it'll probably never happen. So I have to ask that, because when the guy's shown on TV, he looks very robotic and very systematic in the way he moves, like he's got everything thought out. I better not smile. I better not, overreact to these questions. He just seems like he's always thinking.
Oh, I think he is, because I think when he's told these stories in public, he's been attacked really badly on Twitter and other places. I think he's a little gun shy. And Chris grew up in a Pentecostal holiness church. And for the first 4 or 5 years after he had his original incident, the people of the church would regularly come around and sprinkle holy water and pray over him every time he came out his door. So this event has not been good to Chris. It has traumatized him. And he's very careful when he talks, and it seems like he's kind of holding back or thinking through what he's saying. And that's true. And I think it's a reaction to the trauma he's been dealt. That's my opinion. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Well,
I'm just telling you what I see.
Yeah. Well, what it really affects me, and I'm sorry if I'm taking up a lot of time, but when the first MUFON team that went out there, he didn't like them because they didn't believe what he was talking about.
Well, so it's more than that. It's more than that. And they had a bunch of evidence, really good evidence, like radiation detected on burns that were on the ground, all sorts of things like that never showed up in the story. And they took all sorts of samples and other things, and they had a report, and they never gave him the report. And they brought in this polygrapher, and the polygrapher asked over 50 different questions. Now, I've been polygraphed hundreds of times since 1978 when I got my first polygraph. You ask 5 or 6 questions. You repeat them in different ways. You don't ask 50 plus questions. In my opinion, they were setting him up to fail.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's sad.
Yeah, I feel he was badly mistreated by Campion.
Wow.
Campion, he did some other things against Jaime Maussan as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just, yeah. So if you care to, go back and listen to the Erica Luke's interview of Campion, which was aired 2 or 3 weeks ago. She does a really good job, and she kind of gets him relaxed, and he admits that he's working in Spookland in Northern Virginia.
Those darn spooks.
Yeah, well, I lived the life.
Wow.
That's why I said that. Those darn spooks. Oh. Gotta love it when we, get to the bottom of this. Honestly. But it kind of makes you wonder, and Varla, you've been silent way too long, so I'm going to bring you in here. But it just kind of makes you wonder. Well, she was fantastic with the cryptids. Isn't she brilliant?
Yeah,
she's just brilliant.
Great
yeah,
show.
very cool.
Yeah,
that was a great.
She's got a great. She also has great hair as well, and we appreciate that. Yeah.
Plus,
it's all about the hair.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. Well, we are running out of time. But Varla, this also happens in the cryptid world as well, where there are people who are consistently trying to to discourage and disseminate and break down people to the nth degree where they really have no legs to stand on in the public eye.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, there's people who are perfectly willing to believe that, a ghost moved a refrigerator across a room, but the idea of a mermaid that's just crazy. And I think it's just a slippery slope. You believe one thing, it's hard to actually, it's a fun ride though, I'll tell you that. It's hard to believe, it's hard to really fully discount people's experiences. I mean, it is absolutely, obviously there's people that have had a lot of interesting life traumas. And I do think I have found in the paranormal community and in the cryptid community to a certain extent, and also certainly just having worked for years as an occult book editor and working with a lot of authors, in addition to being an author, that you see a lot of people with early trauma in their lives that is unresolved and can be manifested as sightings or experiences like that. So I think that people get angry when you bring up things like that.
I can see that. Varla, thank you so much. Science Bob, Ian, and Little Richie G. Appreciate all of you coming on in, hanging out with us. You know what? We also got to say a big thank you to all of our callers calling on in, including Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal, who rocks us in and out of every single show. Now, fans, you've actually heard him. He does exist as he plays the song In Behind All of You. We want to say thank you so much for tuning us in tonight, because you guys were extra awesome. And we tried to be that way as well, because together, my friends, we own the night. Mr. Bumblefoot, we need a favor. We need you to take us home. Have a great night, everybody. Remember, your ticket never expires on this Woo train, and we're going to do it all again very, very soon. So listen for the announcements. Make sure you are ready to ride. Keep your bags packed, because the Woo train will roll again very, very soon. Good night.